afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. Ohio State continues to prepare for Saturday night's clash versus Minnesota from Ohio Stadium. Buckeyes have won 13 straight in the series. In baseball, Game 1 of the AL and NL wildcard rounds start today with the Guardians and Reds both in it. Cleveland owes Detroit out 108. Tarek Skubal starts for the Tigers against Gavin Williams for the Guards. Cleveland number 2 prospect Chase DeLauder was activated to the playoff roster today. If he plays, it will be his MLB debut. Cincinnati visits the LA Dodgers at 9:08. Reds ace Hunter Green faces Blake Snell for the Dodgers. Texas Rangers manager Bruce Bochy will not return after 3 seasons. He helped the club to the 2023 World Series title. NFL, ESPN's Adam Schefter reporting Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill tore his ACL and other ligaments Monday night. He will have surgery today. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
All right, welcome in. It's a Tap Dance Tuesday here on Rothman and Ice. Waiting on the coach. I'm Anthony Rothman. The man to my right is Matty Ice Hayes. Behind the glass is the affectionate one, the loose cannon. Boys, good to see you.
Man, it's good to see you. It's a fun day. Both Ohio squads playing some baseball. Guardians getting it going at 1. Reds 9 o'clock tonight on the left coast. So I'm good. My tribal chief, Roman Reigns, is back, and I'm back in here with you. So I can't complain. How you doing today? You
Outstanding.
Good?
Yes. Beautiful day.
Yep.
I love getting a little fall summer. You know that. All right. So the spread is 24 points as we wait on the coach. Would you guys like to guess what the over-under is on Ohio State, Minnesota?
40.
I can't believe it. You've seen this.
No, I really have not. I promise I have not. 48.5?
It's 44.5.
All right, I'm a little high.
No, but I thought you were closer than I thought it sounded low to me. Like it's 44.5 sounded low.
And the spread is what you said?
24.
That could be like a 30.
You know what they're saying?
Change for Ohio State. Minnesota gets hardly nothing.
That's it.
Right? Like with the defense that they're rolling out there.
It's the hardly nothing part that leads to a 44.5.
Yeah.
Because that's Ohio State scoring in the mid-30s and them saying, well, okay.
The projected score is 34.25 to 10.25.
That's right. Yeah.
That feels appropriate.
The question is whether Minnesota will get to double digits.
Yeah.
Here's the coach.
This is a live feed of Ryan Day's weekly press conference, sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
Facilities people a lot of credit. We had monster speakers out there and made it really loud and hard to communicate. And it was a little frustrating at times with the scout team, but it was worth it because in the preparation we were able to handle the chaos of it. So I thought that was good. But again, always as a coach, you're always thinking about the things we got to get better at. But I will say that I thought our guys handled the environment well. I do think that there was a reference point for some of these guys coming in. Maybe some of them didn't play last year, but Julian, for example, traveled to Oregon. He traveled to Penn State. He was at all the playoff games, so he knew what that was like. Carson and Luke, both who were involved with all the silent count, had played with the silent count in the past, and that's a big piece of it. When your quarterback has poise, and then your center and guard who's turning back and part of the operation has poise and composure, it kind of calms everybody down back there. That being said, we had the one false start, but that actually, Julian started a cadence, so we got a little screwed up there. But it's the other penalties in the red zone that got us off track, and those are things that can't happen, especially when we're in a game where we only have 6 possessions. We've got to be efficient, and that's an area we're going to focus on this week.
Ryan, Rutgers found success on the ground against Minnesota in a way that the first 3 opponents hadn't. What's the challenge trying to control the line of scrimmage against their defensive front?
Well, they historically have played very, very physical against the run and continue to do that. I thought Rutgers had a really good game plan going in, but they're well coached and play really, really hard and have good players. I respect PJ Fleck as much as anybody in the country and their coaching staff and how hard they play, and so it'll be a challenge. You don't play Minnesota and think you're just going to run the ball without a lot of hard work. And so, we're working hard this week to put a good game plan together, and then we need to, put that to work here on a Tuesday practice and a Wednesday practice and a Thursday practice to get ourselves prepared to go play. And that's the routine that we're looking to master right now. So team meeting at 2:30, and we'll have a buddy Tuesday and get to work on it.
Right. When you have a player like Davison Igbinosun, who a year ago obviously had a lot of issues, let's say, with penalties and that the discussion around him, and then you see how he's bounced back in the first 4 games of this year. What have you seen out of him to see him elevate the way he has?
Well, there's a lot of growth. Davison has always brought an edge to him. That's why I love having IGB around me. He just brings great energy to the table. There's an edginess, there's a toughness, there's a competitiveness, a grittiness, and he's aggressive. Did he cross the line last year? I mean, you guys can be the judge of that, but we love the competitiveness. He had to learn technically, what he needed to do to improve that so that we didn't hurt the team. But his edge, and that rubs off on a lot of guys. I mean, this is a team sport, and I say that all the time. Your body language, affects other people on the team. And the minute he walked on our campus, he's had an effect. And I think because of that, doesn't matter who we're playing. He's going to bring it every day, and that's in practice, and that's on the field. So, what you do in practice, you're going to do in a game. And I think he's practicing at a high level. We found different ways to try to help with the grabbing and those types of things, the top routes. And so how you practice is how you play, and he's a great example of that.
Coach, you talked a little bit about saying about how the team in general, though, what do you know about your club now 4 games in, especially going into that type of situation, the way they handle it?
Well, one of the things this summer we talked about, we got to grow up in a big way, but you're seeing maturity. I mean, there's no way to shake it other than that. You're seeing guys handle themselves well, like pros. They're executing on the field well. They're building confidence. I say all that, and you guys know what I'm going to say. Like, we're not anywhere near where we need to be. We have to continue to get better. We got a lot of work to do, but to play the way we played up to this point shows maturity, and that was a big emphasis point for us this summer with a team that hadn't had a lot of experience. Guys need to step into roles and play experienced. I think to go on the road and get that is only going to build our confidence moving forward. And those are the type of environments we're going to have to win in order for us to reach our goals. This one's a whole different. We're back at home. It's a night game. Should be a great crowd, a lot of energy. I think our guys are feeding off of just the energy around the program right now. So different, whole different set of, a whole different scenario this week. Last week it was, we leave on Thursday, we get out there for 2 days, which, by the way, I thought our guys handled that well. Going all the way to the West Coast, it's a long trip out to Seattle. I thought the operations, everybody involved with it did a good job here because it was pretty seamless. We had a little bit of an issue getting out, but once that happened, I think it's important for our players to see familiar faces, see some familiar things when they get there, and we have to make sure we eliminate all distractions as coaches and as an organization. I thought we did that, and guys kind of found themselves into a rhythm. I thought we actually got closer over those 2 days. We were able to spend some time in the meal room. We watched that Florida State-Virginia game, and just, the amount of, camaraderie that was going on and bonding in those meal rooms during that time, I think was good. It reminded me last year sort of the playoff, which was sort of our plan. And then getting back on the plane and enjoying that win on a long flight back was great. So really positive coming out of that. But again, okay, we wiped the slate clean on Sunday like we do every time we walk off the field on Sunday. That game's behind us, and it's on to Minnesota. And they bring their own set of challenges. But it's good to be back home and back in our routine.
Brian, I remember there being times with Justin and then CJ where you'd say your favorite throws were the ones that they threw away, right. Decision making. Julian seemed to do that maybe more on Saturday than he had in the first few games. What was your evaluation of the decision making process and then signs of growth there, I guess, maybe? Yeah,
I thought there was definitely some of those, and there was one in particular on the naked that we got to find a way to throw that one away. We can't take negative plays in the red zone. That's for everybody. But I think you saw one. We tried to move to Jeremiah, came back. It wasn't there. We decided to go max protection with no check down. He had to throw that ball away. I mean, that's a really good decision. We can live with 2nd and 10. We can't be 2nd and 17. I like the way he extended plays. Even on extension where you're running and you're getting 3 yards, 2nd and 7 is better than 2nd and 10 or a sack. And then I thought a big play for him was the 3rd and 17. We got 2-man. He escapes the pocket. Typically nobody has the quarterback unless it's a 3-man rush against 2-man. He's added to the field goal. I think he scrambled for like 12 yards, and then shortened that field goal, which adds the percentage of make there. So that's all like really great teaching moments for somebody who has only had 4 starts. And in a game like that, these games are more like the NFL now. And when we're in a game like that where both teams are huddling and the possessions are at a premium, these decisions are critical. So great learning experiences for him, understanding how that works, and for our team in general.
Ryan, you guys do a lot formationally, and you've talked before about how football can be cyclical, and you see like some teams going back to 12 personnel and things like that. Do you think there is room for, have you ever considered or would you consider recruiting, rostering a fullback, and maybe even using like a scholarship or rev share spot on a traditional blocking back?
Well, I think you're seeing us play with a fullback, quote unquote, in the backfield, but we feel like the skill set can be handled by our tight end body types. Now, if there's somebody that fits that role and can do certain things like carry the ball, can insert on run game, kick out on gap schemes, catch the ball out of the backfield, also run the ball, it would be a consideration for sure. But I think the thing about it is you have to bring versatility. So if you're a receiver and you can only run routes and you can't block, you don't have a lot of versatility. You don't bring as much value unless you're just really, really elite at that one thing. If you're a tight end, you can only block and you can't run routes, or you can run routes but you can't protect, you don't bring as much value, because eventually what teams are going to do is they're going to say, when he's in the game, he's doing this. Same thing with the running backs, like Xavier Johnson and some of the guys that we've had in the past who could do multiple things, bring so much value to the table. And so for me, like if you're a tight end and you can line up in the backfield and do some of those things that a fullback's asked to do, you bring value. If all you can do is line up and do those things as a fullback, you lose value, because now when he's in the game, it's 2 backs. So to answer your question, we're trying to find as many guys who can do multiple things so that we don't get nailed down when teams are game planning us.
Philip Daniels will see some familiar faces coming up this week. Where is he through 4 games?
He's made great progress. And when you come into a program like this, now he's an Ohio player who has a lot of pride in the state. So, he knows what it means to be a Buckeye. But you don't just walk into the program and think you're going to get on the field. He's earned his spot, and he is a tough guy. He plays tough. He's right on the edge of it sometimes, which as a coach is great until a flag comes out, and it's not great. But we love the intensity. We love the passion. We love how hard he plays. He gives us an edge. He's continually working to get better technically in everything that he's doing, and he has a higher ceiling even than he's at right now. So he's got to come in here and have a great week of practice, and this will be a big week for him playing against his old team for sure. But I think the guys appreciate what he brings every day. He brings a work ethic and a toughness to work every day, and we can build off of that.
There's been a lot of talk about the pace of play on offense, but can it be beneficial for the different ways you guys have found a way to win? You only had 6 possessions in Washington. If you find a way to put the game away in the second half, is that something new you guys are learning as an offense, kind of moving forward here?
I think every week it's important as coaches to look at the game where you're at, and the number one goal is to win the game. And we have to make sure we stay focused on that part of it. But then it's also important for us to take a step back at the beginning of the week and ask ourselves, where are we going? And I think all those things come into play. And so, you're making a decision once you get going during the week. Everything is about that opponent. But early in the week, you're going to ask yourself, where are we going? What is the identity? What do we need to get done in all 3 phases? And so all those things come into consideration when we're making decisions on everything. So there's the short-term decisions that are made, and there's the long-term decisions that are made. And so we take all those conversations very seriously, and we go from there.
I asked you about this back earlier this year, the 2022 recruiting class. You're down to 7 from that class, and then only a couple of them that really contributed a ton before this year. Obviously, Caden Curry, Kenyatta, these guys are now emerging. How important has their development been and getting something out of that class?
And it's great to see guys stick with it, because not everybody comes in and has the college career that they think exactly is going to go the way they think it's going to be. There's challenges along the way, adversity along the way. There's setbacks, and you really find yourselves asking questions about do I really belong here? Is this the right place for me? Am I good enough? There's just a lot of doubt can set in, and so you're seeing some guys in that class who hung in there come out the back end. And you're seeing KJ play with just great energy in the game. I mean, his body language, in my opinion, was as good as I've ever seen it. He played with great poise. He was encouraging his teammates. I thought he showed great leadership in the game and played really, really well. Caden Curry. I mean, Caden's somebody who has played a lot of football here, special teams-wise, and has made a lot of plays, but now he's a key contributor. And, he's had his ups and downs along the way. But in this program, between what goes on the field, what goes on in the weight room, what goes on off the field here, if you hang in there and you just continue to put one day in front of the other and build resilience up, you're going to get maximized. And those are 2 great examples of it.
You just talked about Caden and Kenyatta, but your entire starting defense are guys who have been in this program for multiple years. You guys had the opportunity to develop. What kind of value does that bring when you have a whole defense full of guys who have been here and have kind of developed over the years?
I think that's it. In today's day and age, it's hard when guys do leave the program because you want to build continuity and stability. And so when you have guys who stay for multiple years and you retain guys, then the culture is strong and can be reinforced and rebuilt each year. And I think you're seeing that right now. But to me, it's about a mindset, and it starts when they first get here. Everything starts with a thought, and then thoughts lead to feelings, feelings lead to, what you say, and then what you say, becomes your actions and your behavior, but it all starts with your mentality and what you're thinking about. And whether it's on the field, in our meetings, what goes on in the training room, what goes on in the weight room, I think there's alignment that we all understand what the expectation is here. And it's a place where, guys can come in the building and get maximized and pushed and be, feel uncomfortable. I talked to the staff today. Like, there shouldn't be one person in this building that feels comfortable when they walk around. But at the same time, people love being in the building. And I think that to me, is winning culture. But it's day to day, man. And we are in a race to be the best in the country. And so, we got to wake up early and make sure that, we're out in front of this, because where we're going is not easy. And we got to keep pushing because the issues are there. But if we keep showing up to work with that type of mentality on a daily basis, then we can get to where we need to be. But it's great to have guys in a program who have seen that work and believe in it.
Brandon was close to ripping off a big punt return, obviously, then he puts the ball on the ground. We've talked about the punt return situation before. Is there any anticipation of changes coming up for that if you still stick with Brandon?
Well, I think that Brandon needs to hold on to the ball. And so whether it's offense or special teams, we're going to get that fixed. And we believe in Brandon. If Brandon didn't fumble that ball, I don't think anybody would be asking if he was the right guy back there. So he needs to hang on to the ball because he's had 2 good returns here the last 2 games. And that's the bottom line. So, we're going to count on him getting that fixed, making sure that the ball's not on the ground. He needs to bolt it in high contact areas. And we believe in him. He's a guy that, we see it every day. And nobody, hurt more than he did when he put the ball on the ground, because we all know what a big point in the game that was. But that being said, I like the way he's hit that one. And I like the way he hit the one week before. He got vertical. Guys did a good job. I think they believe in him on the team. So we're going to keep working with it. But that's the positive part of it. So hang on to the ball, and we're not having this conversation. Yeah.
I think coming into the season, a lot of people had high expectations for Edric. I'm sure he had high expectations for himself. You talked about inconsistency last week, but I guess the mental side of it, what's your message to players, kind of going through it, trying to get right and keep him involved as the season progresses?
So that's kind of what we were talking about. When you're a young player, you think you know, and sometimes you don't. I think you need to rely on your coaches and guys who have been through it before. When you face adversity, to look to them for advice. And the biggest thing is just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Avoid all distractions. And I think, not in particular here, but just in general, when you're a young player, now more than ever, there's a lot of distractions. And the focus has to be on where they are right now and having a great Tuesday practice. That's all that matters. And staying focused throughout a whole practice, staying focused throughout a whole game, concentrating on the meeting at hand or the walkthrough is very, very important. And so as you get older, that becomes easier, I think. And that's where you can gain an edge against your opponent. So that's just one example. There's a lot of things when you're a young player that you have to continue to work through. But a big part of it is showing up every day and understanding, we say it all the time, that scarlet line that we cross when we walk on the field every day. The game doesn't care what you're going through. The game doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care if you're having a good day, a bad day. We had I'm not going to get into it last week, we had a guy who was sick all week. Didn't say anything to anybody. The game didn't care. He graded out a champion. Like that's being a pro. That was a veteran guy who was, under the weather, but you never felt it all week because the game doesn't care. Once you cross back over the scarlet line, that's why you invest in your faith, your family, and your friends to rely on them to help you through those times. So I would say for a young player that's going through a difficult time, invest in your faith, family, and friends off the field so they can help you through it. But when you get on the field, the game doesn't care, man. You got to show up every day, and that's part of growing up. And but that's the program, and that's part of the resilience of why we continue to work through all these things. And we want to make sure that guys know that they've got a great support group here that's going to help them through those things. But at the end of the day, we got to show up and play.
You talked about the penalties in the red zone. I feel like after every game we've been here, we've talked about the red zone. So how do you focus on getting that cleaned up without then the guys have that complex when they cross that 20-yard line?
Well, it was the negative plays in this game. It was the sack, and then it was 2 penalties. So I thought there was some good. We were resilient down there. We got the big run that got us to 4th down. We went for it. We didn't execute on the 1 4th down and 1, which is disappointing. But we also found ourselves again, on 2 third longs, and we kept playing. Hit the tunnel screen to Jeremiah, which was big. So there was positives there, but we want to be perfect. We want to score touchdowns every time we get down there. The goal is 75% of our red zone trip should be touchdowns. We can't take negative plays, and so we'll take a look at that and continue to work through it. I thought some of the things that we had down there were good, but when you're down in the red area, it's not easy. You can see, some of the teams we're playing against, in our defense, the challenges they're presenting. And when you only have 6 possessions, you've got to be really good. And understanding that is critical. So we do. And, we're going to keep swinging away at it.
Over here,
Brian, I think Bo's first touch, he's kind of lined up outside, motion back into the backfield. What about his skill set lends you guys the ability to get him involved in different ways? And he maybe even plays some 2-back stuff with CJ.
Yeah, that was all of our receivers, all of our running backs can play receiver. That's sort of a prerequisite now because of what we were just talking about with Bill's. Like you have to be able to play multiple things. If you're just a running back and you can't run a route out of the backfield or line up at receiver if we need you to, or you can't protect, you're not bringing a lot to the table. And all these guys can do that. Bo, when he was young, I thought he was going to be a receiver because of how well he ran routes on the outside when he used to come to camp. And then as he grew up and got stronger, you realize he was going to be a running back. But he can do multiple things. CJ started out as a receiver, and James can catch the ball out of the backfield, so can Isaiah West. So as the season goes on, you'll start to see that, sort of like we did with Trey and Quinshawn, become more and more of a weapon because that's something that has to happen as a running back here in this offense.
A lot of the oxygen so far this season has been a lot of Bell in the linebacker role, but what has Sonny meant to you guys through 4 games, and how did you think the communication was on the defense on Saturday?
Yeah, Sonny is a grown man. The way he handles his business, the way he plays, the way he leads, the way he communicates, it's like having a coach out there. And I think he's had a big part of the maturity of our defense every day. They watch the way he works. If he doesn't like something, he calls it out. And he's a big part of the reason why our defense has had success so far to this point. Not only his play and his versatility, you guys know he started out as a safety, came down, played linebacker. He can do things off the edge. So he has a lot of versatility as a player, but he's very, very intelligent, and he communicates well. So all of those things have had a major impact on our defense and allow us to do different things. And that's important. You know, you're seeing the different looks that our defensive staff is putting out there in terms of a game plan. That's all good until you put somebody out there that can't execute it. And that takes a lot of work, takes a lot of meetings, takes a lot of walkthroughs. And because, Sonny's in the middle of it all, it's working.
Brian, just like point of information, would you mind running through how you guys coach up the different special teams units this year with the staff?
Yep, so everybody's involved. What we do is we meet here on Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. with everybody involved with special teams. Offensive, defensive line, quarterbacks aren't involved, coordinators aren't involved, but everybody else is. So we got an army of people in here working on special teams. Rob Keys heads it up. He does punt return. He's sort of the point man there, and then each position is coached up by somebody individually. Then on punt, Matt Guerreri heads that up, again, with a lot of help from different folks. I'm involved with it all. Kickoff return, Nate Ebner, game plans that, gets up in front of the group and coaches that, again, with a lot of help. And then James Laurinaitis does the kickoff. So, we have multiple coaches up in front of the group, which I think is good for our team. It's a different voice, it's a different attack, but it's also accountability for everybody who are all involved with special teams.
And it seems like you've been talking a lot about situational football with fewer possessions in the game. It seems like special teams could become even more important down.
Huge.
How do you feel so far for a month into the season about your special teams?
Yeah, I forgot about field goal because Tyler Bowen does the field goal, and then on defense, everybody's involved, but Sam McGrath really helps with that, and I thought they did a nice job, like for instance on the field goal. That was a huge stop in the game. Apparently they maybe saw something on film, and we were able to change that up, but yeah, those are the plays. You don't make that play and they get the fake field goal and score a touchdown. You never know what happens. The punt return, we fumble, we don't fumble. Who knows what that game looks like? So we're not pleased with the kickoff return getting towards midfield. We're going to get that fixed. That was a misfit. But to your point, every play matters more and more. And so we got to be, special teams have to be an advantage for us. We put a lot of work into it. We got a lot of buy-in in the program through coaches and players. And, so we say our best players play. And if we decide to pull somebody out, it's because we decide to. And then we try to find, young guys to get in there. Aaron Scott's a player who, to me, he made the play that he made in the game through the last couple of weeks. The last 13 times that we've run down on kickoff, he was the first guy to the 30-yard line. Then he gets there, in the game, and he makes that hit inside the 20-yard line. Why? Because for the last 13 times, he was the first guy to the 30-yard line. It's a great example. Aaron Scott's going to start playing more football around here. And so that's how you cut your teeth on special teams, and that's the culture that we have, and the guys buy into it.
Ryan, you talked about using the hot hand at running back this season. It seems last 2 weeks, though, it's shifted more Bo and CJ. I know James got in some. Are you comfortable with that type of rotation? Do you want 3 guys? Does it change game to game? How do you guys evaluate just how that's gone so far?
Well, like you said, when you only have six possessions and 60 some odd plays, those reps are valuable, and so there's not as many in that type of a game to go around. I think there's going to be plenty more to go around for these guys, and we need all of them. I think they're all growing in different areas. I think it starts with CJ, who is still figuring out this, this offense and how we do things here and the expectation, and he's growing. He's done some really good things, made some big plays already for us, and so he's got to continue to get better. I think every time Bo and James get on the field, they're sort of doing it for the first time a lot of times, and so you're seeing the growth from those guys, and they need to play. The more they play, the more you're going to find out about them, and they're going to grow. And the only time as a running back, you got to play. And And the quicker they learn, the better their career is going to go.
Obviously, a lot's changed in college football. Rule changes, talk about all those different things. But even before some of those rule changes, you guys have started gradually playing a little bit slower year by year. And it seems to match up with as your defense has gotten better. Like 4 years ago, I mean, you were in a situation where you got offensive weapons, but you kind of had to use them every single play. 2 years ago, you're talking about how you're having to get used to winning with your defense, and now here you are winning again 24-6, and you're pretty happy with that. Has that allowed you to not feel so pressurized for your offense to be on every single play and not feel like your quarterback has to have it every single play and he maybe grow throughout the season versus maybe where CJ had to be, where Kyle had to be, because of where your defense has gotten over the past 4 years, you figuring out the coaching staff, you getting the right players in the building and whatnot?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but no, I mean, I feel stressed about being on every single play. I don't know. I know the defense is playing good, but that's not the way it is on a headset or how it is on Sundays after watching the film. We expect to execute at a high level, and when we don't, it doesn't go very well. So, there are certain strategies that we're using for different reasons. I won't get into all of them on how we're attacking some of these games. With, again, kind of what we were talking about before, the short-term goal of winning, and then you have to look at it from a wide lens of where do we need to be at the end of the season. And, we can't, it's such a balance, like we do have to be right now. We have to take it game after game, day after day, putting one game in front of the other, all those things. But at some point you got to look out and say, okay, this is a long run, a bunch of sprints, not a marathon. That's sort of how we look at it. But when you look at it from a wide lens, we have to have a plan on what we're doing. And there's a lot of different things that go into that. But one thing that isn't compromised is the execution. That has to be at a high level. So, we're chasing that, and we need to. I think we had 16 plays on Saturday of over 10 yards. I think that's what it was. And I think it was more like 25 plays over 8 yards or something like that. It was close. When you have 60 plays, that's a pretty good day at the office. But situational things come in, and when you only have 6 possessions, it can go fast. So all those things are taken into consideration, and we're expecting, though, to score touchdowns every time we touch the ball.
Do you know what your offense is? This is automatic. This is what we know we're good at, and so now you're kind of poking holes to see what's still, to the point of your bigger picture. The focus maybe is on what do we need to get better at week in, week out, versus we know we can do this and we can pull this out of our hat whenever we feel we need to.
I think you have an identity and you have a core of what you think you are, and then you go into other areas to figure out how you can diversify. And I think that's the balance we try to find every week.
Last question.
Just a throwaway question. Have you thought about moving Jaden Fielding to gunner on punt return?
Well, I think we've had 6 returns, and he's had to make 2 tackles, so that's not a good percentage for the kickoff team.
But having a kicker that's willing to do that, what does it do for you?
Well, he was special teams player of the week because of it. He and Aaron Scott were co-special teams players of the week, and he made his field goals here, but then he stuck his nose in there and got him on the ground. When if he didn't do that, ball would have been past midfield at the very least. So that's why the kickers are involved in everything, mat drills and everything we do in the weight room. And he got run over slow, but he got him down, so that was good.
Real quick, Arvell Reese, how would you describe where he's come to at this point, in his career and stuff? And is it a combination of Matt Patricia and James Laurinaitis finding exactly what he can do best and sicking him on people? How would you describe the rise of Arvell Reese?
Well, I thought the play that he made early in the game on the spy when Williams escaped to his left out in space, this is a guy, I kind of used a rabbit as an example, trying to chase a rabbit. I mean, he was so quick. And just the way that he was able to twitch, change direction, get him on the ground, it caught me in game. He's got great twitch. He's got great power. And, every day he's getting better as a football player. I use the example of when he was at linebacker when he got here. He went in and played defensive line for a month or 2 months during when he was on the scout team as a freshman. It's a great example of a player who used that opportunity to get better, because now, like you said, coaches can put him up in a line of scrimmage. He can rush the passer. because of what he learned in that moment. Where some guys would say, oh, I'm just down on the scout team and now I'm playing defensive end. No, that's an opportunity to learn from. And now he has that versatility, just like on offense, to be able to play it at, 2 different levels. And Sonny's an example of someone that's played that can play at 3 different levels. And those are all really valuable, just like on offense. But he certainly has become a huge part of our defense. Yeah, thanks, guys.
You've been listening to the Ryan Day Press Conference on The Fan.
Sponsored by The Roofing Guys. For all your roofing, siding, and gutter needs, contact The Roofing Guys at theroofingguys.com.
All right, back at it, Rothman and Ice. So presser goes over. He was more than willing to dive into the philosophy of this particular team. The more I listen to Ryan Day, the more I like what I hear. This is a guy, I think, Matty, who becomes more comfortable in his coaching skin every moment. A lot of that is off winning a national title and pulling off what he did last year. And then having the opportunity to do it, thankfully, because of the expanded playoff. There's no guarantee he would have had that opportunity in the previous generation of the playoff. And he seized the moment. And the more I listen to him talk about, and I've said this now I picked up on this maybe mostly during the OU game, but I started sensing that this is a coach who is playing the long game and trying to do something that Tress and Urban did not do, and that's win 2. And then go back-to-back with this team, with a young quarterback. And I see the growth. The one question that I think was that they towed the line on today, and collectively, I think as a press corps, was, and they didn't ask this specifically, but this is where my head was because you and I were talking during it. And I wonder if he's purposely not opening up the offense right now. I've had people tweet me, why isn't Bo Jackson getting every carry? He's the guy. He's the best guy. He is, potentially. It's a long season. He's a young guy. I don't know if you want to overuse him in week 4. Unless you have to. I think it's situational. If he gets himself caught up in a game, in a 4-quarter game, and it's a 1-score game, and it's about winning, he told you today, best players are going to play, but it's about making sure the other guys grow as well. He could lean into the best. And then you know what happens? You get an unfortunate injury somewhere. And then the 2 guys that were behind him who didn't get the reps in games we could have given them the reps, all of a sudden now you're a little bit behind in the growth process. I heard him say today when he's asked about the running backs, CJ is still trying to figure things out with this offense. That was his quote, not mine. And so it is important for him to play, if that's the truth, which I'm assuming it is. So if Bo Jackson is doing this for the first time, he may be the most talented, but it doesn't mean that he is going to be the guy every time we need a guy.
Yeah.
So I like what I heard today, and we can get into the game doesn't care and all that stuff that he dropped today, which
loved it.
He is tapping in to the identity of this team. He is not coaching off last year. He is to one degree in my mind. He's coaching with a different sense of confidence that he doesn't care if he wins a game 17-13 or 27. He doesn't care.
Just win, baby.
Because in a press conference without a national title, Matty, I don't know how many touches did Jeremiah get this week. I'd have to go back.
They had 8 catches on the day. The top of my head.
The fact that I don't know, is one thing. The fact that I don't care, I think, is the most important thing.
It was 8 for 88 and a touchdown.
Great game.
81,
Great little box score. Great.
Shorter than a yard.
Could have he had 12 for 200? Of course. He could have.
Yeah.
The fact that I'm sitting here today, I think like he is, saying that's not our goal. Our goal is to win the game. If we need him to catch 15, he'll catch 15.
Right.
Like, I think that's where he's going,
For
and I'm just
sure.
sensing it today.
All of this, especially on offense right now, is a process, to your point. Whether it's the running backs with Donaldson and Bo Jackson, and Donaldson coming from another program into a new offense and still needing to learn some things, I think that's perfectly fine. For Bo Jackson, I understand why people want to see him get the rock more. The dude is talented and explosive when he gets the ball, but maybe behind the scenes, he hasn't really fully gained the trust of the coaching staff to do everything all the time, right? Because, like, it's more than just getting the rock and running around. It's the trust you have to infuse into your teammates and coaching staff to say that I can be an every down back. I can protect Julian if needed when the blitz is coming from the left, right, or up the middle. And so all of this, I think, is okay to do on the fly right now. At the quarterback position, the running back position, maybe the target's going elsewhere outside of Jeremiah. I think you can do some experimenting, if you will, right now because of what you have on defense. And I truly believe that defense and where they are right now can have an offense throughout 3 to 4 weeks, maybe feel like, hey, we don't have everything figured out, but we don't need to have everything figured out right now. So I'm good with what the offense is doing right now. I think in time, the home runs and the splash plays will come, but you just have to have balance all the way around. And I think they're getting to that point. It is exactly where you need to be. Probably not, but they're good right now. They haven't lost a game, and you have a quarterback right now that is young, that I think one of the most important things that he's doing is taking care of the ball and making good decisions. And you check those two boxes right now as a young guy, I think your talent in time will take over, and all the other sexy stuff will come along in time.
He had one phrase today that you're going to hear all season. Number one goal is to win the game. That's it.
Yep.
He wants to have a fully formed team depth-wise by the time they hit November,
right.
And by the time they hit the Michigan game, and by the time they hit the playoff, and then he'll have something because it is a long season, and he needs to have the guy behind the guy needs to be ready to go. But man, it was a good press conference today.
It was a really good one. I love the quote of the game doesn't care about your feelings. Because that you can use that in different realms of life. Like you and I, we have a bad day, have some crap going on in our lives. The listeners don't care. The ratings don't care. We got to go, right? We got to come in here and perform. And so, like, I think that was some real life stuff from Coach Day right there, that somebody was sick last week or whatever it was. And, like, you got to compartmentalize all that and put your best foot forward. So, yeah, he was a good – I'm with you. It was a really good press conference today, but I thought that was some real life stuff from Coach Day. And I won't forget that quote because that was good.
He challenged his own team, I guess, kind of publicly today as far as – that's where the edge is found.
Yeah.
It really had kind of some movie qualities to it. I don't want to like completely go overboard and make this like it was Hollywood today, but there had a little bit of the Rocky, that's how winning's done. Like it had that feel to it. That's where the edge is found. You cross over that scarlet line. Like he was leaning into this part of the season at the quarter pole kind of deal and where they are as a team. But no one really asked him if he's holding back the offense on purpose. Like that would have been interesting to me. Are you purposely holding them back for growth? For meaning, I don't need to see Julian saying miss 3 passes in a row if I don't need him to.
Yeah.
Meaning for just the mental and the physical side of what they're trying to do with him.
I think naturally, AR, as you know, like we've heard quarterbacks talk about, man, like year one in that system, I didn't have it all figured out, right? Then you get into a whole nother offseason, you get into a whole nother season, and you're just so much more comfortable with everything that the offense has to provide. And so for Julian, next year, I'm expecting a higher ceiling. And that may even come this year, but I just think year one at that position, it can be tough on the fly. So for that dude right now, leading the country in completion percentage like that, just keep checking that box, and he'll be just fine, as will the team.
All right, we got a lot to do today. We'll have Jay Lou top of the hour at 1 o'clock. We'll break down the guards and Reds. We'll have Tyvus on today. Austin Ward will come on later this afternoon. Up next, that fantasy football waiver wire. Where are we in the fan league? And the name that you probably need to know now. That's next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We're known for 3 things: games, conversation, and Common Man yelling about things only he cares about. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Toyota gives you more electrified hybrid choices than anyone else, including the stylish new Corolla, a name synonymous with Toyota quality and dependability, the elegant new Toyota Crown Signia, and the latest edition of the legendary 4Runner. Toyota's extensive lineup also includes battery EVs like the tech-savvy all-electric BZ4X. And of course, the iconic Prius, the hybrid that started it all. That's the power of choice. From Toyota. Let's go places.
Get eco.
Hey, Aaron, I invented a way to make sure people's furnaces are safe.
Do you test high temperature, flame rollout, flame limit, and flame proving?
Yeah, no one wants to set their house on fire.
Do you inspect the heat exchanger?
Yeah, no one wants a house full of carbon monoxide.
We already do all that for just $89.
Yeah, but my price is just $88.
Okay, so $88 will be the new price for a furnace safety check.
Get eco.
I also invented a cool new name for it.
Okay.
I call it the Super Safety Check.
What makes it super?
Well, it costs $1 less, and it has super in the name.
Should I start calling you Super Jerry?
The Super Jerry Super Safety Check. I like it.
Get eco to safety check your furnace.
Or, for $1 less, you can get the Super Jerry Super Safety Check.
Get eco.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Fraud in government is a crime, and it robs taxpayer dollars. I'm Ohio Auditor of State Keith Faber, and my job is to catch people that lie, cheat, and steal, report suspicious behavior, and help stop fraud. Learn the red flags, speak up, and protect your tax dollars by calling 1-866-FRAUD-OH.
Helping a new driver get ready for their road test? Here's a convenient new way to make the most of your 50 hours of required practice driving time. The Road Ready Ohio app. Available now at no cost to new drivers and their families. Road Ready Ohio keeps track of your driving experience together, providing feedback and safe driving tips. It even generates the documentation you need for the Ohio BMV. The Road Ready Ohio app. Free to download in the Apple and Google App Stores.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state. The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at onnradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network.
Looking to get your roof or siding replaced this fall? Call the company that delivers an excellent customer experience every time. Newman Roofing. Don't wait. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver, leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal.
Hey friends, Beamer here. Did your doctor just add another medication to that long list? Maybe for blood pressure, cholesterol, type 2 diabetes. You ask him how you're going to get off of it? Well, the answer is going to be losing weight. But you already knew that. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part? They accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer. Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times. Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants? These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
All your favorite and least favorite fan shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just type in 971 The Fan to the search bar and hit that subscribe button. It's free.
We're the land of the free and the home of the sunburnt, freckled fat guy.
Do it now. It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. Let's scratch that fantasy football itch. It's Rothman and Ice's Fool's Paradise.
Indeed it is. Matty takes his first loss of the year.
Losses.
Lost the game and the player.
Yep, pour one out for me. we're hurting at Mover of Change HQ right now. Malik Neighbors, ACL done for the year. Yeah. I lost James Conner as well. So I'm down 2 starters. 2 starters in my fantasy lineup are gone.
But I think you have found something in Quinshawn. I don't know how many at-bats the Browns are going to get in the red zone, how many touchdowns he'll get.
Yeah.
But it's his backfield now.
It definitely feels that way to me, AR. They got to clean up a little bit of that offensive line stuff up front. Made a trade yesterday for Cam Robinson. We'll see what type of impact he can have, but I'm with you on Quinshawn. He looks pretty good. You know, just real quick, if you're a Malik Neighbors owner, looks like Wan'Dale Robinson and Darius Slayton are out there for a lot of leagues. Don't really know who's going to be the guy, but I think it's worth a grab if you lost Neighbors like I did, because one of those guys is going to stumble into a bunch of targets. And for me in fantasy, that's all I'm looking for, and some opportunities. So keep your eye out for Darius Slayton and Wan'Dale Robinson.
The other guy who I thought about picking up, because I thought I needed receiver help over the last couple of weeks when Xavier, I didn't know whether he was coming back. And I was thinking about Romeo Doubs, I remember telling you, and I feel like he's not, I can't tell you he's the guy who's going to score all the touchdowns. I can tell you, though, that he is going to be looked at a lot by Jordan Love.
Yeah.
And I was reading that he's the only Packers wideout to see 80% or more of the routes. So at least he's clear.
I like that call. And with the Jaden Reed injury opened up this door for him, and it looks like he's going to take advantage of it. He's one of the guys, that he does rock the Guardian cap out there.
Yes.
It's a wild look.
It's weird, but I'm surprised. I was thinking about this last night watching the game. I don't know why everyone's just not erring on the side of it. Like, what? It can't be heavy, right?
I'm sure some of these guys are like, man, the look is horrible. Like, I'm not going out there looking like that, because it's a tough look. I respect you. You're taking care of your health, which is, I totally get that. But it's not the best look. But Romeo Doubs, it just looked like you just inflate, like pump the dude's head up like times 10 when they throw that on.
There's I can't think of it now. It's not like the old cereal like Quisp or something. Like there's a logo of a cereal, I think, where
someone's got big old dome.
Got the space helmet look or something. Or maybe I'm just thinking of something from like the Jetsons or something way back when.
I'll chat GPT it.
What's he gonna know?
He knows everything.
All right, so what do you want to ask Chat GPT?
I don't know how to.
Is there a
cereal brand
with like a space, like a
someone with a large head?
Large head spaceship kind of, or
features
some kind of space helmet.
Yeah, see what you get.
A space helmet. All right, here's what I'm asking: is there a cereal brand with a logo that features a space helmet?
It may not be a cereal brand. I may be steering you way wrong. Oh, I know who it is.
What do you got?
I got it.
What do you got?
I got it. It's not a cereal.
Oh.
Ask ChatGPT this. Who was the character in the Flintstones with the helmet?
With the Flintstones with the helmet.
The green guy. Ask him.
You know what? It's funny you say that.
What does it say?
No, but before I even punch it into GPT, I saw a meme on Twitter of a green character.
Yes.
And somebody tweeted out Romeo Doubs in the end zone.
Okay, so here we are.
Well, we're on the right track.
Yeah, we're on the right path.
Find out who that was.
Who was the green character in the Flintstones with the helmet? Do you know the name of the character?
I will know once he says it.
That was the Great Gazoo.
Yeah, that's right. It was Gazoo. Look up Gazoo, and that's what they're wearing outside of the antennas.
That was Rothman's nickname in high school.
Exactly. That's what it looks like to me.
The Great
These
Gazoo.
guys are just running out there like the Great Gazoos.
Yeah, I see it now.
All right, so here's By the way, you also have Diggs, and it's not like he's disappearing.
He's just kind of.
I know.
He looked good last week. He did, but I don't know if.
I mean, I can't replace Neighbors for you. I'm just trying to come up with
I appreciate the help. I need all the help I can get. So, yeah, we'll see if Diggs can do his thing. You know, a couple of running backs there I wanted to mention, like Woody Marks. Is this a thing?
Okay, that's
down there in Houston?
That is the name that I teased. You got it right,
so
Matty.
Woody Marks last week versus Tennessee, 17 carries, 69 on the ground, and one touchdown, and caught a touchdown as well. So, I mean, that backfield was always a big-time question, especially with Mixon dealing with that injury. But the rookie
O-line is the question.
It's a problem.
I love him.
It's a problem for sure. Hey,
What's his full name? It's not Woody Marks.
That I
It's
don't
like,
know. That's a very good question. I haven't heard that yet.
Contavious Daquan, like something.
Wait, what?
Woody Marks. Yeah, it's a
Jaquavius.
Oh, is it Jaquavius?
Yeah.
Love that.
Does he have a middle?
Who was the running back that you guys had? Buck Allen. What was Buck Allen's first name?
I don't remember.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Let me ask you guys.
I do.
Let me ask you maybe a better question.
Yeah.
When Cam Ward.
Javorius.
Oh, Javorius.
I'm here for it.
Jaquavius.
Jaquavius is where I would want to be. Jaquavius.
Wow, that is.
Yeah, we need to bring back Jaquavius. Come on, Woody.
When he's introducing himself at a bar to a nice young woman. Hi, I'm Jaquavius. He says that. He doesn't say, hi, I'm Woody.
Well, now
he doesn't say that.
Now you have to say Woody. You're making a name for yourself.
And
literally.
I'm Jaquavius.
Bucky Irving is Marquise.
Let me ask you guys this question.
Yeah.
When Cam Ward went full Gen Z at the podium, I'd never heard that before.
Yeah.
Had you?
Yeah, I've heard that. We're playing like ass?
No.
What he said.
I've heard.
That's what he said.
The first part. If we're keeping it a buck.
Yeah, like keeping it 100. That's what that
Okay.
means.
All right.
Yeah, keeping it 100.
Wouldn't
keeping
that
it
be
a buck.
keeping it a Benji?
Sure, if that's what you want to roll with. Go ahead, AR. Start something.
Well, a buck is only one.
Keeping it a Benji. Oh man,
I had not heard that. Is that a new Gen Z phrase? Or has that been around a while?
Well, it's been around for a minute.
Well,
it's been around for a minute.
Okay.
But it's also Gen Z. Like
But it's not like a couple years new. It's been around for some years. Like it's just another way.
Were you saying that in high school?
No, but
That's new.
It's over a decade old.
I consider new I think within a decade is new.
Oh no, I consider new like the last year or two.
Oh come on,
the last year,
handful of years.
But
I've never heard it.
We're talking about Gen Z. We're talking about a generation though, so it has to be in the grand scope. You know. By the way, here it is.
We asked.
Well, yes, that part I understand.
I love it.
That doesn't need a whole lot of imagination.
How was our radio show today?
We asked.
Is that what Fish said
man.
yesterday? All right. Standings. Taking you to school. Back at the top mark. So I'm sitting there at 1.
Okay.
You are at 3.
Yeah, I'm cooked.
It's a 10-team league. You're in 3rd.
You can't lose Malik Neighbors and James Conner and figure it out. And Jaden Daniels is hurt. Like my team's
he'll be back.
We're wounded right now.
He's back. It's a grind. You just got to get in the tournament.
It's definitely a grind. Hey, another name I wanted to mention, Justice Hill. With how bad the Ravens defense is right now, negative game scripts for their offense, I think, will be in Justice Hill's favor, and Derrick Henry is not the third down back. So I won't be surprised if he starts racking up some good weeks and pretty nice amount of receptions here. So Justice Hill for me is a running back I'd pick up.
What about Mitchell?
I got to see it first.
Okay.
Justice Hill's been constant for them the last 2 years as their back.
All right, there's your Fool's Paradise. 1st and 3rd. We can't argue with that 4 weeks in. We would have signed up for that. We come back top of the hour. Guards get going here very shortly. About 11 minutes. J-Lou comes on next, and we will break it down. Their chances and the Reds. That's next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
If you haven't thought about Buckeye football today, I'm sorry to tell you that you're dead. Our condolences. Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Dormar, your climate hero. When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man. I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet Store.
Visit the Good Feet Store today. Walk-ins are always welcome. Visit the Good Feet Store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road in Grove City.
At Giant Eagle, we're here because being part of the neighborhood matters. Because what we pick up at the store is what we bring into our lives. At Giant Eagle, we're always going for better to bring you the best. Because it matters.
Buckeye fans, introducing Behind the O, the brand new app packed with original athlete and fan-driven Ohio State sports content. It's free to download in the App Store on iOS and Android, and every time you open it, you're helping generate NIL dollars for your favorite Buckeye athletes with zero cost to you. Get exclusive access to fresh behind-the-scenes videos, training routines, athlete lifestyles, and more from every Ohio State sport. Don't wait. Download Behind the O now and get closer to your Buckeyes than ever before.
Behind the O, free for fans, NIL for athletes.
athletes.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with the team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Is there anything better than a college football Saturday? Not if you're at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Join the fan for watch parties for the games this season. Oh, you got to check out the display case of amazing autographed prizes you can win. It's beautiful. 2 massive TV walls to watch the national champs. Watch and place wagers with over 30 kiosks, contests, prizes, and live shows. Must be 21 or older to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
1-800-GOT-JUNK is your friend with the truck.
We make junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
All our people are in uniforms.
And our trucks are clean and shiny.
And big.
We leave spaces empty and clean.
For you.
1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Dormar! Dormar! Your pilot hero!
It's the Valley Ford Fall Super Sale. Mustang EcoBoost, Mach-E, Escape Active, Bronco Sport, just $399 a month. F-150 and Explorer models, Bronco Big Bend, Mustang GT, only $499 a month. Lease all with 0 down or buy from a big Ford lineup with 0 down, 0 payments for 90 days, and 0 APR for 48 months. Like Carnell Tate says.
The game-winning deal is always at Valley.
Keep on trucking with Valley Ford of Columbus.
All leases 36 months, all offers with approved credit. See Valley for details.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. In baseball, the best of 3 AL and NL Wildcard Series start today. Guardians host the Tigers at 1:08. Detroit's Tarek Skubal faces Cleveland's Gavin Williams. Padres visit the Cubs at 3:08. San Diego's Nick Pivetta clashes with Chicago's Matthew Boyd. Red Sox battle the rival Yankees at 6:08 from the Bronx. Boston's Garrett Crochet tussles with New York's Max Fried. Then the Reds travel to the Dodgers at 9:08. Cincy A's Hunter Green battles LA's Blake Snell. NFL, Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill expected to miss the rest of the season after tearing multiple ligaments in his knee Monday night. This update sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy's office at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Crowd the plate at your own risk. It's time for some chin music with former big leaguer and president of the Bald is Beautiful fan club, Jensen Lewis.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
Welcome back in. Playoff baseball for both Ohio teams, and that means we pick up the bullpen phone and call our guy, Jensen Lewis, VSiN Live, MLB Network, and so much more. J-Lu, good to have you back, bud.
Great to have postseason baseball for both teams up and down I-71 this October.
House money for both, I would think. Then you get the short series, so maybe anything's possible. I don't know. You tell me. Let's start with the Reds, and I'm going to steal some stats because from OptaStats, because I think they're pretty telling when it comes to the Reds being on house money. So they won the third fewest games, 83, of any team to ever make the playoffs. And they've been a losing team for the past couple months. So they're sub 500 over their last 51 games, which makes this so unlikely. And then let me add something on top of it. They don't have a player hitting above 270, a pitcher winning 15 games. They don't have a 25 home run hitter. They don't have a 200 strikeout pitcher. They're the first team to not have any of those players and make the playoffs. So if that's not house money, I don't know what is.
That and your typical David versus Goliath mantra now going up against the defending World Series champions in the LA Dodgers. So when you and I were younger champions, AR, it was back in the old 1995 year, the last time the Cincinnati Reds won a postseason series. Ironically, they swept the LA Dodgers in the National League Division Series. So, gosh, kind of a lot's happened since then. But I think it's the recency bias that lends me a bit more optimistic for the Reds' chances. You know, you look at Elly De La Cruz, what he's done the last couple of weeks. I think in any postseason series, when you're going up against a World Series champion or a defending champion, you must have your stars play like stars, and Elly trending in as good a direction as you could possibly have. Secondly, starting pitching has to be paramount. Hunter Green going the way that he's going, it's going to be fabulous to see him head-to-head against Blake Snell later tonight. I think the X factor, honestly, is where the bullpens are. And to be fair, AR, the Dodgers have as many questions as any team in this postseason about holding on to late leads. It is a tightrope that they've had to walk, and there's been many times in the last month that they've fallen off of it. So no game is over, and I think that's the part where Terry Francona comes in. If you want anyone at the helm in a postseason scenario, you want Tito being able to push the buttons at the right time. So I think the Reds, as you said, house money, but also with the head of steam here. They've got an opportunity to really shock the world, but they got to get game one tonight.
One of the buttons Tito has already pushed is he's making the call to let Zach Liddell start game two over an Andrew Abbott. The vibe amongst Reds fans right now, J. Lou, is they're not loving that decision. What are your thoughts on Tito going with Zach over Andrew Abbott or even Lodolo right now?
I think there's a method to the madness, and Matty, I would send you back to 2016 when Terry Francona brought in one Andrew Miller in Boston, in Fenway, in the fourth inning, and it changed the way that bullpens were used for the last decade or so in how you use your leverage relievers. So he felt that point was the save scenario, and it proved to be worthwhile not only in that division series, but also into the American League Championship Series. I think Nick Lodolo ends up being your Swiss Army knife for a couple of reasons, guys. I don't think that they're going to want Zach Littell in game two facing that Dodger lineup more than two times through, but it may come to fruition tonight where if there is a high pitch count for Hunter Green and you end up getting back to the top of that lineup with Ohtani and Freeman and Max Muncy, you have a Nick Lodolo who is stretched out, who can augment that velocity and that swing and miss off speed and be able to get bulk innings to get it to the back end with Tony Santillan and Emilio Pagan. That, to me, on paper, is what I'm anticipating and what I'm seeing reading the tea leaves is that Nick Lodolo presents so much more of a weapon for you into a leverage scenario rather than starting him out where you might be able to force Dave Roberts into a lineup construction standpoint that he's got to be able to use the left-handed hitters into the starting lineup and then make the onus go back on him about whether he wants to pinch hit or not.
All right, let's flip it up north to the guards and the unlikely scenario here now. And who they play, I think, is incredible with the Tigers. I had read that somebody believes that Jose Ramirez is more important to the Guardians than Skubal is to the Tigers. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I think it is. And to be fair, guys, with a position player in there every single day and obviously how Jose impacts the game, not only offensively, but on the base paths and defensively, too. As a pitcher, I can understand where the most valuable player idea comes from Skubal because of how dominant he can be in stretches. But let's face it, without Jose Ramirez, the Cleveland Guardians are not a playoff team. And so fact remains is that Tarik Skubal is going to be a handful to deal with this afternoon. There's no question about it. The numbers against Cleveland this year, 40 strikeouts in 28 innings. He has been an absolute thorn in their side. The other part of it, too, though, is if they get his pitch count up, do you have A.J. Hinch go to his bullpen early, or does he ride out Tarik Skubal for 120, 125-plus pitches? You know that revenge is on the mind, not only from what happened this past week for the Tigers, but remember, it was the Lane Thomas Grand Slam that ultimately decided that winner-take-all Game 5 when it was the Tigers and the Guardians in the division series. So a lot of emotion from pitch number 1. It's a low total, guys. It was 6.5 last night. It's 6 this morning. Expect offense to be at a premium very early in this one.
All right, let's zoom out from Cleveland and go over to the Boogie Down Bronx, because one of the best rivalries in all of sports is taking place tonight at 6 p.m. with Red Sox and the Yankees. Give us a preview of that 3-game series, J. Lou.
Matty, it's a test of wills here if you're a Yankee fan, because on the one side, it's Max Fried, who has been nearly automatic down the stretch and in the month of September. No better guy in that Yankee rotation to be going right now. It's not October until tomorrow, but that means Giancarlo Stanton is just getting the Batman suit ready to go. And we saw it in Cleveland last year, where he single-handedly defeated a couple of teams en route to getting the Yankees to the World Series. Conversely, Red Sox have owned the Yankees in the season series, guys. They won 9 of 13, including 5 of 7 at Yankee Stadium, and they were a perfect 4-0 in all 4 of the starts by Garrett Crochet against the Yankees this year. Again, still feel that offense at a premium. I think both these left-handed starters will be very much up to the task, and I'm anxious to see the strike zone tonight for both guys. Will it be a little bit more open? Will it force the offenses to try and take some chances early, just knowing you've got a lot of swing and miss capability between Crochet and Max Fried?
Most people would back Aaron Judge in any type of game, but everything he's done in the regular season is not carried over to the postseason. Is that weighing on him?
100%, because that's a legacy thing now, AR, is, okay, you can be the MVP all you want in the regular season, but in Yankee lore, no one remembers you unless you win world championships, and that is what is left to be put back on the mantle here for Aaron Judge. I would fully expect that everything stays the same. Boston has had the ability to navigate through that lineup this year. There is no Juan Soto to have to deal with, but there is more athleticism here than meets the eye. So I'm anxious to see, too, how Aaron Boone deploys that opening lineup with the lefty Crochet on the hill, and then what chances he also uses off the bench there in some tight spots.
So for a casual baseball fan that's just going to hop into the playoff mix and they're trying to figure out who is a team they should bet on to win it all, J. Lou, who's worth a sprinkle right now to win the World Series?
Yeah, I honestly, guys, the Brewers are still kind of lying in the weeds here as the number 1 overall seed. I think you can find them, upwards of plus 750 maybe in some spots. And, for all intents and purposes, they have defied every challenge that has come their way this year. And I do feel that the Phillies, even with the Yohan Duran in the back end of the bullpen, still have questions to answer about late-inning leverage spots. Same can be said, as we talked about earlier, with the Dodgers. If you're looking for a wild card team to back, I think the Red Sox are a very intriguing group on the American League side. And, hey, the San Diego Padres had the best bullpen in this postseason. You may not see Mike Schilt let his starters go beyond 4 innings just because they can run out basically 3 or 4 all-stars to close out those games.
Does a short series lead you one way or the other with Cleveland or Cincinnati?
I would lean the under for actually the Dodgers and the Red Series. I don't think this thing gets to a Game 3. I think it's 2 and Q either way. The Guardian series feels a little bit, if there was any series to go 3, it feels like that one, just because you don't feel offense is going to be a real breakout from either one of those lineups.
All right, my man. You got a bet for me today?
I think you got a first 5 under. If you can find a whole 3, first 5 under in that Detroit and Cleveland game. And I think you do the same. If you can find a 4, first 5, 4 under in that Cincinnati and Dodger game. I like the under 6.5. Also for Cleveland and Detroit, under 7 for that Dodgers and Reds game. This is postseason baseball, boys. Get ready for all the towels to be waved with 2 strikes and a lot of free air conditioning.
I think the over-under 5 in the Guardians game today is 3.
I love it. Take the under.
Okay. I'll take the under 3 runs total through 5 innings. You got it. I got it marked in, buddy. Bet is made.
Beautiful.
Thanks, my man. Enjoy the MLB postseason. We'll be talking soon.
You got it. Thanks, boys.
You got it. J. Lou with us, Jensen Lewis. Quick update. A little dent. This is hard to believe that Gavin Williams got 2 outs with 2 pitches.
Mm-hmm.
And then gave up a base hit that was promptly booted in the outfield by Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Who better make up for it with his bat because that's brutal. And then Torkelson singles him home.
Yeah, a little flick of the wrist.
Don't need to be nervous, buddy. Just field it.
Over the shortstop's head.
He looked up. He was coming in. And by the way, he's not taking two on you. Look that into the glove as long as you want. Like, there's no reason for him to try to, like, be moving in on that ball.
Just can't hand out extra bases in the playoffs, and then it's times two when the guy that's pitching for the Detroit Tigers is probably going to win the Cy Young again this year. Yeah. So, like, in games like this against pitchers like this, for me, it feels like you're down 2-0 versus 1-0.
Free lead,
exactly.
Man.
So, yeah, that was tough. That was tough.
A bigger disaster than quarterback play for Cincinnati. We'll give you that next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We're the girthiest radio station in the history of radio. Uncomfortably girthy. This promo is uncomfortable. The Fan, Ohio's girth destination.
Oven-baked French toast, hot melty cheese, and meat, and meat, and meat. Introducing UDF's new 3-meat French toast sandwich, piled with bacon, sausage, and Canadian bacon. United Dairy Farmers. Mornings made for you.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
Now at Great Lakes Hyundai, lease 2 Elantras for $222. That's right, lease 2 new 2025 Elantra SEs for just $222 a month for a 2-year lease. Both your new Elantras come with owner assurance and America's Best Warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. In Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit, $39.99 down per unit plus taxes. First month payment, 10K miles per year, ends 9/30.
When we started the company, I was absolutely going to build my own plant. We can build a very, very good window and sell it at a reasonable price. And if you buy from a company that is a dealer, they have to order the part from the factory, have it sent, and then schedule a service. I got 500 locks out back. If you need a lock, it'll take me 15 seconds to walk back here and grab one for you.
Visit our showroom today at 4200 Roberts Road.
Hey friends, Beamer here. Did your doctor just add another medication to that long list? Maybe for blood pressure, cholesterol, type 2 diabetes. You ask him how you're going to get off of it? Well, the answer is going to be losing weight. But you already knew that. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Go for it.
We're listening.
Yeah.
Are your teens good with money?
She's a good kid.
She's the best,
yeah.
but...
I get it. Switch to Huntington Bank, and your teen debit card can really help.
Oh?
You can set spending limits, and your kid can track budgets, so they learn that money doesn't, in fact, grow on trees.
I think we need this.
Sounds good, yeah.
We feel you, parents. Let's get more from teen banking. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Helping a new driver get ready for their road test? Here's a convenient new way to make the most of your 50 hours of required practice driving time. The Road Ready Ohio app, available now at no cost to new drivers and their families. Road Ready Ohio keeps track of your driving experience together, providing feedback and safe driving tips. It even generates the documentation you need for the Ohio BMV. The Road Ready Ohio app. Free to download in the Apple and Google App Stores.
Hey, it's Anthony. Synergenics and Low T Center are the original MVPs of testosterone replacement therapy. They've been changing the lives of men across the country for more than a decade. So if you've been thinking about testosterone, or if you've noticed that you're getting older, more tired, not motivated to do anything, it's not just aging. It's a physical and mental change to your body. Testosterone can actually help. And it all starts with a quick test. The on-site lab makes it quick and easy to get results in as fast as about 20 minutes. And if you decide you want the treatment and you want it at home, let the provider know, and they'll educate you on everything you need to know about treating yourself at home. And for a limited time only, visit any Synergenics or Low T Center for a free hormone consultation, and you'll automatically be entered for a chance to win autographed sports memorabilia, or you may even win a pair of tickets to a major sporting event. Book your appointment now at trtmvp.com. That's trtmvp.com.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh, no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
One of the hottest days of the week for us. Daytime highs in the mid to upper 80s with plenty of sunshine. And then for tonight, overnight lows will be down into the mid to upper 50s with clear skies. The dry weather continues on Wednesday, although we will be a little bit cooler, but still very warm with our highs right around 80 degrees. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
We're sending AR and Matty Ice to the Super Bowl in New Orleans. Their expense account? Nothing but beans, baby. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
Going back to New Orleans?
We hop in the hot tub time machine real quick?
Maybe what they'll do is, maybe it was accurate. Maybe since the Super Bowl is in Santa Clara, all that promo said was that they're sending you and I to the Super Bowl in New Orleans, meaning we'll be watching the Super Bowl in New Orleans while it's being played in Santa Clara. I would take that.
Oh, man, I wouldn't be mad at that either. Fellas, listen closely. If you're at that point in your life where you're like, man, I'm just dragging. I don't have to juice the way I used to. This is all a part of getting older. No, fellas, that's not the case. And that's why I want to tell you about the Columbus Men's Clinic, because these guys don't do any guesswork. They just make it happen with real treatments, real science. There's no gimmicks at all. No online quick fixes either. So at the Columbus Men's Clinic, their medical providers build a plan around you, your body, your goals, and what it takes to get you back to feeling like your old self again. Testosterone, ED treatment, stuff most guys don't even know exist. And trust me, it all works. I got my blood work checked over there at the Columbus Men's Clinic. It was one of the best things I did because it gave me confidence to move forward and know that I'm living a healthy lifestyle. And I want the same for you. So call them at 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. Your consultation, including blood work, is just $99, and they will find a plan for you within your budget. So again, call them at 614-300-7400 or hit them up online at columbusmensclinic.com.
A lot of questions about the quarterback situation at Cincinnati, and I think those are right to have. But you put a backup quarterback behind what I thought was the biggest weakness of the team when this season started. Outside of, I know you'll tell me defense, and I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, but this Bengals offensive line was trash, even when Burrow saved them a lot of the time. So including last year, they were ranked like bottom 3 in pass blocking and run blocking in the grades that PFF gives out. It's not like they added a ton. And so you're relying on just development, internal improvement, and all that to change an entire unit. And what I saw last night, yes, if Burrow's back there, is it better? Of course it is. His ability to process defenses from the pocket are elite, plus his arm. So I understand that. I'm not trying to compare that, you could put anybody back there and it wouldn't matter. I know that he would matter. But what I saw last night is dangerous, and Browning can't process it fast enough to get rid of the ball. And the other thing, when I asked Lapp yesterday about, well, the best thing they can do to help Jake Browning is to get this running game going. Well, now I'm asking for something maybe unrealistic because I'm asking a bad offensive line to now turn into great run blocking, and it's been an absolute dumpster fire. Like, they are horrible. I just looked at their rank in rushing. Yards per rush is 2.6. You know where that ranks them?
Probably bottom of the league.
Dead last.
Yeah.
So the real issue is not necessarily that Jake Browning can't get it to the weapons. It's he doesn't have really time to get it to the weapons because he needs more time, and they have no running game that can take the pressure off of him. So they're really stuck. They've got 2 runs of 10 yards or more through the first 4 weeks. Like, forget about the second level. Can't even get them to the first.
I think, I hear you, man. And I think what happens when you lose a player the caliber of Joe Burrow, or really any starting quarterback, and you have to go to your backup for an extended period of time, your warts are just so much louder, right, if you will. Like, it just shines a light on the deficiencies of your team even more. And so it's just a horrible combination because it's what you're mentioning up front with the lack of moving people around by the offensive line, but it's also the combination of the defense too. And that's what really scared me about this scenario is because when we found out that Jake was really going to have to take over this thing for a while, I was sitting here saying, like, I don't think their good defense is good enough to bail out a backup quarterback week in and week out. And so when you don't have that, you got a guy in Jake Browning who he looks like a bad quarterback and he looks like a backup quarterback. And there's a reason why he went undrafted. Like, his skills are what they are. You're going to have a limited ceiling with him. And so those two things that aren't working are just obvious big issues for them. So when you have that, what you can't do is what they did last night too. And it's sloppy play with them having more penalties than first downs. I mean, they had 11 penalties in the game and 9 first downs in total in this game. And so they're hurting themselves, but they just don't have the firepower on either side of the ball to keep games close. And that's why when we're looking at the last 2 weeks between the Vikings and the Broncos, it's 76-13. And so I don't think you just sit on your hands if you're the front office and say, oh, this is all we can do. And that's why I was adamant about going to get a guy like Kirk Cousins, because it would be a better product. Nobody knows how good it would look. To me, it would look a lot better than what we're getting right now because of the things that you mentioned with his experience and his ability within an offense to process quicker. And the strength of your team is your playmakers on the outside. And so Jake Browning is not going to be able to overcome the things that are over in front of him right now. So, yeah, I think they need to find another answer. If it's not Kirk Cousins, go get one of the Giants quarterbacks. Like, they have to do something because just staying where they are right now, to me, would just be malpractice.
You've been on that. I was the one that was kind of sticking with Browning to kind of ride it out a little bit and see what he could do because I've seen it in the past. But I'm not going to lie. You've dropped Jameis Winston in this thing, a really cheap option to sling it around to those weapons. I mean, you're going to get, can it get any worse? I mean, you're not going to, he's going to throw more interceptions probably, but at least he'll get the ball off.
Yeah, your offense will be more explosive with Jameis. I mean, we saw it in Cleveland. We've seen it throughout his entire career. Like, think about his time in Tampa. When you have a guy like Mike Evans and Godwin, he's going to get those guys the rock. And so you paid T. Higgins and Jamar Chase to be difference makers every week, and right now they just can't do it with the quarterback play that they're doing.
Yeah, 13 points in 2 games is not going to do it. And they come home against the Lions. You can't get into a track meet with them, and they don't have the defense to slow Detroit down enough. So how are you going to win the game? They're going to go to Green Bay. Seriously, that's not going to go well, you wouldn't think, because Green Bay will be able to put up points.
Right.
So even if Cincinnati has, let me just call it a decent day defensively, a decent day, and they hold somebody to 21, like, I don't see how they're going to get 22.
Right.
Like, I just don't. Yeah. They're not in that position right now because the no running game. And the other thing, the aspect I didn't love about going to get Kirk Cousins was obviously the expense of it. And then if he keeps you afloat and he plays really well, what are you going to keep Joe Burrow on the bench if he's healthy to come back in mid-December? No, you'd have to.
Of course, it goes to Joe, but
$30 million backup.
I think you would rather be in that position than where you're at right now and where it feels like this thing's headed.
Yeah, I hate to say the season's cooked after 4 weeks, but this does not feel good. This isn't a Lamar Jackson waiting for a hamstring to heal so he can save you. This is a guy that's out. And when he talked to Shefty about it, he's like, guys, it's leaning more towards he's done rather than he can throwing the cape in mid-December. Now, he wouldn't rule it out.
Right. The initial diagnosis was at minimum 3 months.
At minimum.
Yeah.
And who knows where they'll be. And they play Detroit, Green Bay, Pittsburgh. Yeah. Like, they don't get a break until the Jets and Chicago come calling in weeks 8 and 9. And if they were to lose the next 3 games and go to 2-5, I guess the best you could probably hope for is maybe if they get Browning going a little bit, although you might just ruin him in the next 3 weeks, period, mentally. But if they were able to go 2-3 into their bye week, you know,
I just think
if you're 4-5 going into the bye week, I mean, all we wanted them to do with Browning was to play 500 football or something close to it. That could start getting them close to it. They'll still get New England at home. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't, because they still have to go to Baltimore. They still have to go to Buffalo. Mm-hmm. You're going to get Baltimore, depending on what you guys are, in December. You still get them 2 out of 3 weeks. Yeah, it doesn't look good. It feels awful. I thought he would, you know what? And I'm not saying they were going to win the last 2 games. I thought they'd be more competitive. They're not even in these games.
I really didn't.
I thought they'd hang in.
These games are going to be tough with Joe. And with a bad defense. Now it's a bad defense with a backup quarterback. This is what you're going to get. Like, I just don't see how anything's going to change.
I guess because they were going against Carson Wentz, and I thought they'd have a chance, a fighting chance.
Yeah, but it was the defense for you guys that just completely curb stomped their offense right now. And it's not a lack of weapons. We know that. It's the most important position and arguably the most important unit.
Speaking of quarterback, the Browns are sticking with Flacco, it appears, for how long. They have one more. They have a game overseas against the Vikes. Tyvis Powell jumps in next in 2 minutes. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark. Get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay, how about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront costs before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Common Man here for Hollywood Casino and the ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Timmy, it's football season. That means winning and fun.
Oh, yeah. We have tailgate buffets for all of our watch parties. The 3 apps for $12 special. $25 Miller Lite buckets.
And don't forget the crab legs. That's extended through September.
So reserve a table at HollywoodColumbus.com.
And how about this for new members? Sign up for the rewards program on the Penn Play app. Get a $20 dining credit.
And you get more crab legs.
Gambling problem? Call
1-800-GAMBLER. Hey, crab legs.
Crab leg problem? Call 1-800-CRAB LEGS.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Breaking Down the Browns with Tyvis Powell.
The baller from Bedford. He is with us now. Tyvis is on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. All right, my man, how we feeling?
Mad that we down 1-0 right now, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, well, get your outfielders to stop looking like little leaguers, and we'll have something today. It's only 1-0.
Little nervous, a little jitters, you know what I'm saying? A little jitters. He'll be all right. We'll be all right. Somebody, Big Christmas taking him yard today, I'm telling you.
Okay.
Bookie, what are y'all, bet 365?
That's right.
That's right. Anytime home run for Big Christmas. Look, Lane Thomas got him last year in the playoffs. That was a big home run. It's just when you know how it is when Schoolboy is out there and you're down 1-0 after the first half of the first inning. It's a tough outlook the rest of the way, especially for an offense that, as you know, it gets dicey outside of Quan and J-Ram.
I know somebody got to step up, and last year that's what they were doing last year in the postseason. Guys was hitting home runs. Rocchio came through last season, so come on, man, somebody got to do it. Manzardo, Rocchio. I don't know, Big Christmas, somebody.
The ghost of Jim Thome and Albert Bell. They need to come back. That's what you need is Jim Thome and Albert Bell to come on back.
We'll be out. Listen, they didn't beat Scooble the last 2 times. My boy Big Christmas took him yard the last time, so it can be done.
Manzardo got on base already today. He's got the 1 hit, so we'll see. What did you think of Rex Ryan's comments this week on Get Up that the quarterback job is there for the taking for Shedeur? He was talking specifically about him, but he was making the accusation that either he's hearing or he knows it, that he's not doing what it takes to earn the job outside of his talent.
This is what he's hearing?
Did you hear the comment?
Yeah, I heard the comment about you need to get it locked in and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I heard it. Whatever. The way I see it is all he can do is control the reps that he gets. You know, you got to go out there and make sure that he executes in practice. I'm not in practice. I'm not watching practice, so I don't know what goes on at practice. All I know is that when he get his scout team reps, because he ain't taking no reps with the ones, when he get those scout team reps, he better go out there and make something happen to keep showing people that he's gotten better. It's hard to see how you would be in the offense because you're not, when you're on scout team, you're running off of a car and they're telling you where to throw the football. So it's kind of like it's hard for you to do your own mechanics and, show that you've improved in the offense when all you're doing is playing off of a car. So I don't know. That's why it was such a big thing for him to take reps during camp and during preseason, because once you got to the regular season, all those reps is catered to the starters.
How did you read into the comment, though, from Rex about how this kid runs his mouth like I can be the starting quarterback when I look around the league, but then he's got his arms crossed and he says, get your blank in the front row and study and do all that. If I know the whole league knows, quit being an embarrassment that way. You got the talent to be quarterback. You should be embarrassed that you're not the quarterback right now. There's a lot there.
Yeah, it sounds like he feels some type of way about Shedeur, don't he? Listen, I'm guessing this comes back off of the Shedeur comments about I see the quarterback play around the league and know that I can play better and stuff like. I mean,
plug pulled.
Rex Ryan.
God. My is that I don't know how. Only way he's going to do it now is by lacing balls in practice on the starting one. And then you would have to hope that they would say, okay, Shedeur, you've been doing well against scout team. You go take some reps with the ones in some random team period that they don't care about. And then he'd have to show that he's doing good there. Or he has to go in there when they ask a question about the game plan. He has to know the game plan like the back of his hand. I'm not saying he does it. I'm not saying he is. I don't know how somebody would know that unless you're in that meeting room to know that he's not handling those things well. But Shedeur has always been the thing that everybody reports is that it's been him as far as learning the playbook. But nobody actually knows that because no coach has ever came out and said that. So it's just all speculation at this point. Maybe Rex got somebody on the inside that's telling him that. I don't know. All I know is it's very hard for this man to take the job if you limit it to some scout team reps.
All right, so here we are with Joe Flacco, and he's right there at the bottom of the league in completion percentage. And look, he's an old quarterback. Like we knew some of this was coming, and so. Is it now time to go to Dillon or Shedeur, or do you want to maybe wait until they come back from overseas against Minnesota to do that, or maybe wait even extra week to get past that Steelers game?
Personally, I said that the switch I kept saying that the London game was the perfect game to switch. And when you listen to Kevin, obviously he's very non-committal on who's the starting quarterback. You know, for so many weeks it's been Joe's the starter. Now it's, yeah, we need to worry about fixing the entire offense. So, like, that gives you that hint there, like, oh, maybe. I think that due to the fact that they have this tackle conflict, you know, trading for Cam Robinson is nice. Getting Thayer Mumford is nice. But my thing is this. What do y'all think it is? Jack Conklin should be coming back soon, right? Dylan Gabriel is left-handed. So now your blind side switches from the left to the right. And Jack Conklin is a guy that you kind of trust, that you feel he can protect the blind side. If he's able to go, wouldn't this be the perfect week? The Vikings aren't looking that great. They're not what they were a year ago. This would be a perfect game to make that switch. I don't care if it's in London or if it was in Jamaica. That doesn't matter. And I think that when you look at this offense, what made it so successful is obviously it's more of the West Coast style. For people that don't know, West Coast style is based on getting the ball in and out your hands quick. You know, throwing slants, bang aids, getting the ball to the receivers quick and letting them make plays. Isn't that kind of what Dylan Gabriel is good at, is getting the ball out of his hand in a timely manner, knowing where to go with the football? I think that it would be better. This offense would be a little bit better with him under center. Now, another thing they need to make is going from under center. All this shotgun stuff, listen, Deshaun Watson ain't playing no more. You could go back to being under center. It sells the play action better, and it just makes things better when you're under center. Go back to playing from under center like you did all these years prior to Deshaun, and I think Dylan Gabriel would be perfect to do those things.
No, that's good stuff. I like that breakdown. Real quick, just want to zoom out from the Browns and get your thoughts on this Buckeye defense specifically. It feels like the offense is still, figuring things out, if you will, on the fly, and that's fine because Julian is taking care of the ball for the most part. But just this defense right now, Tyvis, is lights out, man, especially down there in the red zone.
Yeah, well, I feel like I ain't seen them give up a red zone touchdown in like 3 years. It's kind of crazy, especially the closer they get to scoring a touchdown, the harder it is for teams to score, which is wild to say out loud. But that's really what they've been showing. So I respect that defense. And it's crazy how so many different guys, especially on that D-line, have stepping up. Cade McDonald is, if you look at the PFF grade, he's like the second best interior defensive lineman in the country. And then you're getting Cade and Curry coming in there having a game looking like Jack Sawyer. Like, it's like almost like we don't miss the D-line from last year because these guys is playing so well. And I give them a lot of credit because coming out of the spring game, that was the major concern. They were getting gashed in that spring game in the run game, and that hasn't been the issue going into this season. So it's a major props to that defense and Matt Patricia and everything that he's doing. It's causing a lot of confusion. Love the way that they had Damon Williams in a pinch. He couldn't get going with his legs. I think he had negative 20-some yards rushing on the game, which is wild to say out loud. And they don't really give up the explosives. The seam route thing kind of hurt me a little bit, but when you play a lot of cover three and a lot of one high, that's the things that you're susceptible to. And then Damon Williams is a good quarterback as far as accuracy goes. He did a really good job of hitting that window.
Yep, no doubt, man. All three levels trying to bring it right now. Bend but don't break, and they are looking like the defending champs that they are, my man. All right, your boy Gavin Williams just he's not out of the inning completely, but he just got a big double play for himself defensively. So they're still only down 1-0, runner at third.
Love that. Okay, runner at third. How many out?
2 outs.
2 outs.
Harry Carpenter's up. I don't know how that makes you feel.
Well, last year, Carpenter hit a home run, and it messed up everything. So let's hope he's not cooking.
Yeah, don't make a mistake to this guy. All right, my man. Be well. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, y'all. Go Bucks, go Browns, and go Guards.
Well, there he is, Tyvis Powell with us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. All right, we're going to come back with a Buckeye Bulletin, and we'll talk more about that defense and the effort at Washington. That's next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Good morning, Columbus. It's going to be a good day, and it's going to be big. With the biggest morning news team in Central Ohio, Good Day Columbus. The biggest news, weather, and traffic in town every day. Bringing you over 5 hours of breaking news, live reports, and continuing coverage, and stories that'll make you smile. First Warning Weather gets you ready for the day ahead, and Steer Clear Team Traffic will get you to work on time. Good Day Columbus, weekday mornings on ABC 6. It's going to be a good day.
Listen up.
Y'all know what time it is.
Abbott Elementary returns.
Miss Shementi will no longer be teaching second grade. She'll be moving up to teach middle school math in homeroom.
New year.
Preteens are very different than second graders. Every day is like an episode of Scared Straight. What?
Same Abbott.
We live in a post-truth landscape, and these kids hit below the belt, which is where you haven't been touched in years.
Abbott Elementary season premiere.
Wednesday night on ABC 6.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of our specialties here at Pella Wilson is getting rid of old, smaller windows with no view and replacing them with huge, beautiful windows that can change the look and feel of your home.
We tried that once, but we cut the hole a bit too big, so we had to put in a garage door instead in their dining room.
Wilson.
Didn't improve the view, but they do have a drive-through now, so you're welcome, Gruball family.
Get the windows that can change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
Did you want information on the Ohio Lottery's Rolling Cash 5? Okay, Rolling Cash 5 is a daily draw game where you select 5 numbers from 1 to 39 and win by matching 2, 3, 4, or 5 numbers. Jackpots start at $100,000 and grow until someone wins. You can learn more at OhioLottery.com or the Ohio Lottery app. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly. Want to go back to the radio? Okay.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Children with Down syndrome in Central Ohio need your support. Join 10TV, Newman Roofing, and the Down Syndrome Association of Central Ohio Sunday, October 5th for the 2025 Buddy Walk. Join thousands of participants as we come together to celebrate the uniqueness and resiliency of the Down syndrome community. Your participation and donations directly support programs and services for people with Down syndrome and their families. Together, we can make a meaningful impact and pave the way for a more inclusive future. Sunday, October 5th for the 2025 Buddy Walk.
Hey friends, it's Austin Ward. Covering college football every week shows you how momentum changes everything. That's what Awaken 180 did for me. Once I started, the progress kept building. I feel more confident, more comfortable in my own skin, and I've got energy again. The numbers matter, but the real story is how much better I feel now. If you want that kind of momentum in your life, to do it and then keep the weight off, do what we all did and choose the solution for weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Days when people lived to be 40, you only had one option for listening to your favorite show. But now, ooh, baby, radio, podcast, the Fan app, and YouTube, ooh, just to name a few, live or on demand. You have no excuses. The Fan. All your favorite Fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
All right, Buckeye Bulletin time. Back home off the first roadie, still undefeated, still number 1 in the country. And they get Minnesota at night at the Shoe this Saturday. 24-point favorites. So Vegas expecting a coast, but Ryan Day not allowing any coasting over there at the Woody Hayes. And I'm glad they at least talked about, the defense at the 3 levels, because I noticed that in the game. Certainly they were willing to give up some of those seams, which they did, and they were good with it. Here's Ryan Day off the Buckeye Roundtable on the 3 levels of the defense.
Well, we're only 4 games in, but that's what we're looking for. And when you look at the way that Williams was in the pocket, it was clear to see that the coverage was excellent because he had to double or triple pump. And then the rush lanes were really disciplined in terms of understanding how to corral him, keep him in the pocket, and then that led to a bunch of sacks and a bunch of TFLs. So I think the guys are understanding it, what we're trying to get done, and their confidence is building each week.
It really is, Matty.
Yeah, you can see it, man. You can see it, and you can feel it. And we're talking about 2 of the 4 games they've played so far. The preseason darling and Arch Manning in Texas, and that offense turned their water off. And then after a few games, everybody was talking about how great this Washington offense was and how electric, DeMond Williams is and all of this stuff. And he is a good player, but Ohio State's defense is just that good. And they turned their water off, and now Ohio State is giving up 5.5 points per game. It's number 1 in the country. Obviously, we know what's baked into that is the Grambling shutout and the OU game, but they haven't given up double-digit points to anybody yet, right? Outside of, am I making that up, man? Am I making that up?
Well,
no, they haven't given up double-digit points to anybody.
7096
8675309. Just keep going.
Tommy Two-Tone.
You don't know that.
Come on, man. But that's how elite this is right now.
Whose number was that, Matty? That's the
Mike
next,
Jones?
No, that's the next.
Did you get the reference I just dropped? You know that. The Mike Jones song from back in the day? Who? If I played it for you, you would know. But there was a famous phone number in that song, too.
But you just mentioned, obviously, right in my wheelhouse.
For sure, yeah.
But now the next follow-up question is,
I have no
whose
idea.
number was that?
I have no idea.
All right.
I just knew it was from a popular song.
It's a girl named Jenny.
Shout out to Jenny.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jenny. But you got to find the Mike
for you
Jones.
to ask me.
Find the Mike Jones phone number for me.
I knew you already knew. Okay. So you were out of the contest.
I knew you already knew.
I could just tell. I was waiting for you to ask me. Well,
281-330-8004.
That is the phone number I grew up on in the song, AR, was Mike
In his
Jones.
2005 hit song Back Then, Mike Jones repeatedly shouts out his phone number, famously saying 281-330-8004. Come on, come on, come on, woo.
Does it flow as easy as 8675309?
And the tone in back then is 281-330-8004. That's how he says it in back then.
But does it flow? Does it?
Oh, yeah.
Obviously it flows enough for you to remember it.
Moses Malone?
How did you know that?
We got internet, AR. Let's see. We got internet.
I know. I just didn't even know. I think we go fo. Moses.
Here we go. Fo.
All right, where are we now in this Buckeye Bulletin?
Oh, yes. He loved his team's effort.
Okay, play that one.
Well, I think the first thing you look for is effort, and traveling across the country. First road environment. They had a great environment there. And shout out to all the Buckeye fans who were there because we had a great presence, and that certainly helped our team. But the first thing you look at is effort, and I thought the effort was excellent. I thought guys were running all over the field, playing physical. The next thing you look for is execution, and we had just about everybody grayed out on defense, a champion in that game. And so when you're getting great effort and you're getting great execution, you're going to get great results like that. And so I thought the guys did a great job executing the game plan, and then executing in situations, because up until that point, Washington was really flawless in situational football, third down, and in the red zone.
All right, 2 things there. One, the effort is big, especially when you're in a perceived trap game. Like you're playing against an unranked team on the road.
Yeah.
This is their biggest deal at that stadium. And so you show up and don't think you can just roll out and win. So that I do like. And I also like the part, because I was talking about when we came in on Monday about how Ohio State's defense is playing big in the big moments on big downs.
Yeah.
But I didn't understand the last part about how they were playing so well on third down.
Washington? They were 1 of 11 on third down, I think, in the game.
He said they were flawless. Was he talking about them or Ohio State?
That's a good question. I'm not.
Probably Ohio State.
I would think so, yeah. I would think
I thought at the end he was like,
Washington were flawless on third down, the score would have looked different.
Washington
he
was.
said early. He said early. Like if you play it again, if you play that again, listen to the end. Oh, wow.
Hold on.
Don't worry, we can recover it.
Yeah.
We have the technology.
Loved our team's effort. Okay. All right, tell me when we hit it.
Well, I think the first thing you look for is effort, and traveling across the country. First road environment. And they had a great environment there. And shout out to all the Buckeye fans who were there because we had a great presence, and that certainly helped our team. But the first thing you look at is effort, and I thought the effort was excellent. I thought guys were running all over the field, playing physical. The next thing you look for is execution, and we had just about everybody grayed out on defense, a champion in that game. And so when you're getting great effort and you're getting great execution, you're going to get great results like that. And so I thought the guys did a great job executing the game plan, and then executing in situations, because up until that point, Washington was really flawless in situational football, third down, and in the red zone.
Oh, I know what he's saying. He's saying prior to the game, because they did come into the game the best offense on third down. So
that's what he meant.
That's what he's saying.
42 seconds to get to what we were looking for.
I was like, wait a minute. Like, hey, with this new system, you should be able to just jump wherever you need to.
I know. You know what?
Thought you got that tutorial.
I'm not that savvy yet.
Yeah, they only executed one third down in the game. So, coming into the game, AR, they ranked number 1 in the country on third down offense.
That's right. So that's exactly what he meant. Yeah. And they stifled him on it.
They did.
And they shut him down because we can. All right, that's today's Buckeye Bulletin. We come back top of the hour, and we examine the NFL. And we come off week 4 with an immediate headline, and we'll do it next. Maddie's boy, when will he be back? We'll tell you next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
Hey, Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions. And yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years, and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355, or selltohometeam.com.
You've heard about the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Yeah, that's an old one. My dad told that one to me. But when it's your real feet, it's not a game. It's awful. Hey, it's Anthony. I had pain in my feet and my lower back, so I went to the Good Feet store and got the support I needed in my shoes that changed the game for me. I went in and they personally fit me for arch supports that would be perfect for my feet. The fitting process is simple. They ask the right questions about exactly what I was experiencing and the lifestyle I want to be able to live. They professionally measured my feet and arch size, and before I knew it, I was wearing my new arch supports home. Get back to living the life you love with the Good Feet store. For more than 30 years, they've taken great pleasure in helping thousands discover the comfort they've been dreaming of. I'm a customer. I have their 3-step system put into all of my shoes. Get professionally fitted at the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City. Learn more at goodfeet.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
We're 1-800-GOT-JUNK. I was told you could make us feel better. You're suffering from too much junkitis. Point at something you haven't used lately. Wow, it's gone. Try it, honey. You'll feel light as a feather.
Something I haven't used?
All you have to do is point.
I feel like I'm flying.
That's the sound of optimism and energy and possibilities. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn, skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville or online at greenandsons.com for all your Kubota needs.
Save a good deal more during the Meijer Dollar Deal Sale, September 24th through the 30th. Shop the entire store and choose from hundreds of items, all $1 each. Fill your basket with favorites like Dole Garden Salad, select varieties of Meijer pasta and pasta sauce, and Meijer facial tissue or Meijer essential paper towels. The Meijer Dollar Deal Sale. That's the good life, a good deal better. And don't forget to stop by the Meijer Pharmacy for your flu shot. Available today while you shop. Exclusions apply. See Meijer.com for details.
The Reds are on the radio.
Marte back at the track, at the wall. He leaps, and he caught it. Oh, no way! What a grab, Noelvi Marte. He robs Brian Reynolds of a game-tying home run of the ninth.
The Reds have made it to the postseason and are taking on the Dodgers in the wild card round. Hear all the playoff action on your home of the Reds.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you're a sports card fan like me, you've got to check out Midwest Cards in the Arena District, right outside Nationwide Arena. These guys are true collectors themselves, and they've built a shop that lets you experience card collecting in a whole new way. They've got sealed boxes, packs, single cards, signed memorabilia, and plenty of TVs in their lounge. Yeah, they have a lounge. And don't forget the card bar, where you can open packs while you have an adult beverage. It's awesome. Stop by Midwest Cards today and tell them T-Bone sent you.
Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
Now at Great Lakes Hyundai, save on new 2025 Sonatas with 0% financing for 60 months. 0% while supplies last. Columbus or Dublin or glexhyundai.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Handberg. Game 1 of the AL Wild Card Series from Cleveland. Tigers lead the Guardians 1-0 in the top of the fourth. Spencer Torkelson hit an RBI single in the top of the first. Following the game, Padres at the Cubs at 3:08, Red Sox at Yankees at 6:08. Then Game 1 of the NL Wild Card Series from Los Angeles, featuring the Reds and the Dodgers at 9:08. Cincy ace Hunter Green faces LA's Blake Snell. NHL Blue Jackets traveled to the Capitals at 7 for their fifth preseason game. They're 2-2. Wild star Kirill Kaprizov signed an 8-year, $136 million extension, the highest in NHL history. This update sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local, drink High Bank. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and I feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
All right, hour number 3, Rothman and Ice. We get Austin Ward at 2:30 as we talk Buckeyes with him. For context on the Bengals debacle, they have 200 yards rushing as a team through 4 games.
I'm about to say last night.
200 rushing yards as a team through 4 games.
Yeah.
There are 24 players in the NFL, individuals, that have more.
That's terrible.
On their own. So they're averaging 205 a game. That's the worst mark in the NFL. And now you're putting a backup quarterback behind that. I don't know. I felt like it was going to go a little better than it's gone. I didn't see it being this disaster. By the way, your quarterback, Lamar Jackson.
Well, real quick before you get to that news, I think too, like when it comes to the run game, because it obviously is a problem. I think it's too a lack of respect for Jake Browning from a defense, right? Because if you and I are running a defense, like we're stacking the box and we're making him beat us. Like we're just going to make him beat us because we know that's how they have to win games now, to try to slow this thing down because of how bad their defense is. They don't want to get into track meets, the Bengals. They can't afford to do that. They could hardly afford to do it when Joe was healthy and upright. So it's just a horrible blend of everything. Bad offensive line play, bad quarterback play. Defense is saying, hey, like we know Jake Browning can't beat us consistently. And so, which is crazy to say out loud when you have T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, but I just think that's what it is.
I mean, when he was protected early, he had a big game. He had a big gainer against Chase and Brown. I think he had one. early on. But, yeah, you're right.
You know what the problem is, AR? It's because you're right to bring that up, but as soon as they got past those scripted plays, just nothing there. Like, they didn't even cross midfield after the opening drive. Because, like, you're game planning, you're Zach Taylor, you're going to go to everything early on that obviously Jake Browning does well. And you could feel that, right? And that you could see it. But then just when you have to go deeper into the playbook and adjust to what the defense is doing, you're in deep waters. And right now they just can't stay afloat.
This is coming off the Vikings game for them, too.
Yeah.
Like, they got to Browning. I'd have to go look and see how many times they actually got to him. I think they got to him 3 times. I think they hit him.
You saying the Minnesota game?
No, this last game, last night.
Let me check.
Like how many? I think they had a few sacks, but they hit him a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's a good unit up front, too.
56% of his. Oh, with Cooper and Benito and Myers. They're good.
And they paid the Benito this all season. Yeah, you're right. They got a unit up front. The box score is saying 3 sacks for 19 yards.
56% of his passes. I guess the good news is he didn't have any picks.
Let me ask you this.
Hard to have a pick
because I think you like Jake Browning a little bit. If the offensive line was pretty good, like, do you think this would change dramatically? Because I don't.
Not dramatically. I just thought they could somehow stay afloat. I was asking for 500 football.
That's where they're at now.
For 14 weeks.
They're saying we're 2-2, AR. Right,
no, you can't count the first 2. I'm talking about 500 football. 500 football with him.
Oh, I hear you.
Like, can you go 7-7?
I didn't think that they could.
Seagram. Just Seagram that thing.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. That kind of went over your guys' head. It's all right.
It's all good. I'm used to that now.
What's that?
Said I'm used to that now. I always let you down with movie quotes. I've been doing it for years.
No, that's not a movie quote.
Okay.
You can get this. Well, it wasn't a 6 and 7.
Seagram isn't ginger ale, is it?
No, it's not.
It's some type of
serum.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what it is. A 7-7. You guys have never heard of that?
No, but when you said it, I think I can envision the bottle.
It's like
I can see
whiskey and 7-Up.
Okay. I've never tried that.
How do you spell that?
Is there
How do you spell what? Seagrams?
Yeah.
Seagram.
Is it like a yellow label?
It's a tannish label.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it in my brain now.
Seagram 7 with 7-Up. And so we called it a 7-7.
The 7 on the bottle's red?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
This looks like barbecue sauce. All right, I enlarged the photo. Now it looks like whiskey.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I figured you guys would have heard of it, ordering a 7-7, but it may be just so old school that I'm just
all Moscow Mules over there.
That's it.
Yeah, it's their whiskey and 7-Up.
Okay. Doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah. With ice.
Too bad.
A little gold mug is being delivered to Ice's table.
Yeah. All right, next time you're there, see if next time you're out, I'll order a 7-7 and just see if the bartender even knows what you're talking about.
My boy told me to come here to get a 7-on-7.
No, a 7-and-7.
I just want
okay.
We're playing 7-on-7. No offensive line, no D line.
That was right out of Bull Durham. You got to play this game with fear and ignorance, not ignorance, arrogance. I know. I'm messing with you. That was exactly what the boy said to her. Hey, give me a 7-on-7.
You're like, what?
If you tell him Anthony Rothman sent you.
With the drink back in the 80s.
It'll come for free.
Then I'll get my whole tab for free. Okay. I tell him Anthony Rothman.
That's right.
You know how many times I've used that?
No.
Okay.
I haven't used
it. You guys, exactly. All right, let's get back to the task at hand here. So Greg Rosenthal tweeted out the Vikings defense is so good that Jake Browning will be relieved to face the Broncos. And Nick Benito sent out like 4 crying, laughing emojis.
That's tough. That's tough. Yeah, you got to get bodied when you throw that take out there, and we get what we get after last night, and them holding the Bengals to 3.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't know where to go with the Bengals. I'm obviously much further down on them than you would be. You have the obvious information now that they're just teams are getting home. Like you said, they're going to stack against them. They got to design this better. I mean, Zach's got to do a better job getting that ball out of his hands quicker.
Yeah, and it's only so much you can do, I think, when you're a play caller right now. I think you're right to say, hey, we got to try something, right, and just get the balls to our guys in space and quicker because especially Jamar. I mean, Jamar's been amazing at getting the ball close to the line of scrimmage, whether it's a screen, slant, whatever it may be, and ripping off big-time plays. Like, he's just incredible. So, yeah, I mean, there was a little, I guess, frustration last night from Jamar, and I think he tweeted out some stuff after the game or maybe this morning to kind of calm those waters down a little bit. But I can totally understand why those guys would be really, really frustrated because they're just not going to be able to eat the way they're used to eating.
Flipping into the Brownies playing the Vikes. Vikings O-line, the center has a concussion. The right tackle is week to week with a knee. And Donovan Jackson is on IR.
Myles Garrett,
against
Mason Graham, come on down. That's tough. And what's up with J.J. McCarthy? I haven't seen anything on him.
No, I haven't either.
Practicing? Okay, so we don't know anything of that. But
well, after Wentz did what he did against the Bengals, everybody looked the other way.
Yeah, right. So, no, to your point about that Vikings O-line now having to deal with just a defensive unit that I think is good, but more importantly, a Hall of Fame player, Myles Garrett, and the rest of those guys that are getting after people.
Brownies are getting 3.5 right now.
Getting 3.5
right now. With that little O-line report I gave you from Minneapolis.
Yeah,
or not really from Minneapolis, it's from London. But
Flacco's playing, man. It's just like that. What's the over-under on the game is what I would love to know. With that offensive line for Minnesota and the way the Brownies offense looks right now.
You want to guess?
Man, I think the over-under is probably, it's got to be low. It has to be low-ish. I'm going to say 41.5.
What do you think it is, TLC?
What are we talking about?
Browns.
He's doing producer stuff. Browns, Vikings, over-under. I guessed.
Ooh, low.
I guessed 41.5.
That's a pretty good number. The lowest of the week is usually 39.5, and that's going to be a contender.
It is.
I'll go a little bit. I'll go lower just for this. I'll say 40.5.
Gonna Price is Right this thing?
Yeah, exactly. So that way I'm lower than him.
Yeah. But you're both over, so you both lose.
Was it 39?
36.
Ooh. That is nasty work. Right?
That's nasty.
I don't know about that.
Oh, that's nasty, AR.
You guys would have both been losers on the Showcase Showdown.
Yeah, somebody who guessed 1.5 would have won.
That's right. You got to go with the $1 every now and then. Hey, let's keep it a buck in here.
Yeah.
Okay, so, what's happening? Guardians.
Play the plate.
Somebody just got Martinez, it looks like, is possibly been thrown out at home by Scooble. So it looks like we're going to, they're reviewing it. So Stephen Vogt's going, he wants them to look at it.
Baseball.
It did. And I think that was like a little blooper over Scooble's head, and he tried to do like a little Willie Mays catch.
Willie Mays Hayes?
And dropped it.
That's you.
Right behind the
ran
mound.
Backwards off the mound? Let's see what happened to you.
Oh, they're showing the...
I don't think he threw that. I think that was a relay from somewhere else.
He's safe.
He's safe.
It's going to be 1-1.
100%.
Guardians, Tigers.
Yeah.
That's a huge moment right there.
I'm very surprised that a human being got that wrong.
In another situation, if this is overturned in favor of the Guardians, to where the Guardians will score a run off Scooble where the ball doesn't leave the infield.
Mm-hmm. That's how they do it.
It's like ball right behind the mound, and they find a way to score. And I think this is with 2 outs. Yeah.
#, guards ball.
No doubt. This should be 1-1.
I got one more Gen Z phrase that I thought of mid-show.
Okay.
10 toes down. I'm done with that one, too.
I didn't know it was a Gen Z phrase.
I think.
That feels
good. I didn't hear it growing up.
They may have made it more popular, but
Yeah.
10 toes down.
And what? Give me use it in an example.
It is 1-1, by the way. The call was overturned. Guards 1.
I got your back, AR. I'm 10 toes down.
Okay.
I'm standing firmly, I guess, is like the literal.
It's another form of standing on business.
10 toes down.
We haven't even discussed standing on business.
If you make like a strong take, right? Like say you came out right now and said, I think the Guardians are going to win the World Series, and I'm 10 toes down.
Yeah.
You can't move me off my stance.
Mm-hmm. Another one. Where are we at with say it with your chest?
I think I'm off that. Yeah, I think I'm good on that one.
Overused. Back in the,
I think I'm good on that.
Yeah,
now.
We may have hit our expiration date on "Say It With Your Chest." In fact,
I
10
never
toes
even
down
heard
may have
this
replaced
"Say It With Your Chest." I mean, I've heard
"Say It With Your Chest."
Yeah, that means
Bobby used to
stick your chest out and say it with some confidence.
Yeah, but Bobby had that better. Bobby used to call it bowing up.
I like that, bowing up. I mean, I've heard.
I like it.
I kind of like "Say It With Your Chest."
I like it bowing up, like a archery thing, like you're bowing up. Yeah. You'd like to say it with your chest?
I don't even like that one that much, but between the two, I'll roll with it.
Is that what you say when you go out to the bars?
Say it with your chest.
You talk to people?
No, I say,
say it with your chest.
I say, give me a 7-on-7.
Say that 10 toes down. See what they say.
Yeah. You'll be in your bag.
Did you have news on Lamar? I'm sorry, I
I'll
cut
give it
you
to
off.
No. You were smart to cut me off. That's fine. We wanted to go further into the dumpster with the Bengals. But we'll come back with that news on whether your guy is going to be back this week or not. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
We used to have a billboard with our host's face on it, but only ugly people work here now.
You mama say you ugly, hey!
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
For years, you've been hearing us talk about the Newman Roofing difference, delivering nothing short of an excellent customer experience each and every single time, from the first phone call to the end of your project. But don't take our word for it. Take a listen to our friend John and his Newman Roofing experience.
Well, the first thing that drew me to Newman Roofing is the extraordinary Google score of 5.0. That was the first indication to me that this was going to be a good experience. Overall, the experience with Newman Roofing was wonderful. When I came home, the job was completely finished. The crew had cleaned up and left. I wouldn't have known that they were there.
What star rating would you give Newman Roofing on Google?
I would, without hesitation, award Newman Roofing a 5-star rating on Google.
Any advice for those looking for a new roof, John?
Once you have contact with Newman Roofing, you'll understand why everybody's giving them a 5-point rating.
Do what John did and schedule your free roof or siding consultation with Newman Roofing. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online today at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
If you're itching for a new vehicle this fall, you have to go see my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin. Hey, it's Anthony. I drive an awesome Ridgeline, and you can drive home the rugged 25 Ridgeline Sport with 0% APR or lease for as low as $299 a month. Or go for the looks and reliability of a 2025 Honda Accord LX, just 3.99% APR or lease it from only $199 a month. Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270, and GermainHondaofDublin.com.
Parents, are your teens good with money? No. Switch to Huntington Bank and let's teach them. They get their own card, which they can add to their digital wallet, and you can monitor and set spending limits. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part? They accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer. Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times. Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants? These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
This is Corey Sickles with Safe Harbor Retirement Group. How much income will you need to retire? Let us help make sure you reach your financial goals. Visit safeharboroh.com to schedule a complimentary meeting. safeharboroh.com.
Do you want a job that is flexible, secure, and fun? It also offers excellent pay and is ranked as one of the best jobs in America, too. I'm talking about being a dental hygienist. And all you have to do is complete a 2-year program after high school. Visit ODA.org to learn more and to start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
Have you experienced foot or ankle pain during or after sports, running, or exercising at the gym? Nagging aches in your foot or ankle that won't go away? Podiatric physicians can provide you with important foot care solutions, shoe inserts, or show you how to support your feet and ankles so you're able to compete or exercise comfortably. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and have been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Morning Juice is now on YouTube, weekday mornings starting at 6. If you're a fan of Bobby Carpenter, he's ready to attack and dominate. If you're a fan of Jeff Goodoff, drive directly to a hospital. Seriously, The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
One of the hottest days of the week for us. Daytime highs in the mid to upper 80s with plenty of sunshine. And then for tonight, overnight lows will be down into the mid to upper 50s with clear skies. The dry weather continues on Wednesday, although we will be a little bit cooler, but still very warm with our highs right around 80 degrees. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. Or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Got to play this game with fear and ignorance. Arrogance. Bet365 time.
Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it because at Bet365, they got some awesome stuff waiting for you. If you're a new customer, listen closely. You can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on spreads, totals, money lines, player props, even right now during the baseball season, the postseason. They got an early payout offer that's really, really good. You bet on a team, right? They go up 5 runs.
Doesn't matter if they lose.
You're winning the bet.
Yeah.
You're winning the bet. So check out Bet365, and they are the official sports betting partner of the Cleveland Guardians.
All right, you're going to mental hedge tonight. Tell them all about it.
I thought I was.
Oh, you've changed.
But something else has popped up on my screen here that I like.
What was the original mental hedge?
It was a Shohei dinger, just an anytime dinger. Plus 190 at Bet365. But I'm going to go with Giancarlo Stanton. Postseason monster last year. He's hit home runs, 3 home runs over his last 2 games. Give me the big fella in the boogie down Bronx, plus 350. Take a couple left turns at an infield AR and get back to home plate.
He's plus 350 on an anytime home run?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to go... Since there was a run in the first inning in the Tigers-Guards game. So I'm going to go Nerfy in the last 3.
All right.
No runs first inning in the remaining playoff games today.
Okay.
That'll get me to plus 352 with a 5% parlay boost on Bet365.
So that's Padres, Cubs, Red Sox, Yankees, and the Dodgers,
Reds,
and the Cincinnati Reds, and Gavin Williams has just gotten out of, what is that, the 5th inning up there?
Your first 5 over under 3 is half an inning away.
There you go, Gavin Williams, 71 pitches through 5, only giving up 1 run, and it wasn't even earned. So he's doing his part right now. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER, 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. In app only.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
All right. Lamar Jackson.
All right. What do you got for me?
According to Brian Wacker, the Ravens reporter for the Baltimore Sun, Lamar Jackson is unlikely to play week 5.
Okay.
Could miss 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
You can beat the Texans without him.
No, we can't.
Cooper?
Their defense is
You get no rush.
Exactly. Yeah, their defense, I think, will win them this game. They've had their struggles on offense, that being the Houston Texans, but we're not a defense right now that can then hurt them along their offensive line. So, yeah, I just – and another one, too, ARs, I haven't heard or know if you've heard anything about Ronnie Stanley, like our starting left tackle. And so –
ask Brian Wacker.
Yeah, I'm going to DM Brian Wacker and see if he's got anything on that. So, yeah, it's just
I'll do it right now.
A bad formula for the Ravens the next 2 weeks with the defenses that they're going to go against. And then you got to bye. So, I won't be surprised if they just wait until after the bye and come back. Hey, he comes back week 8 against Chicago.
Yeah, but I need you to split the next 2 games. And this is the one you got to get.
I know, I hear you.
I can't count on you beating the Rams.
But I just don't think you should count on Cooper Rush to go out there and beat Houston. I just that's not a. That's not.
No, Houston doesn't scare me. I mean, I knew we're in a get right spot last week, which I said when we did our. I thought that was a get right game for CJ and just to kind of get the momentum going. But all right, you want to guess the spread on the Ravens Texans?
We're at home.
Yep.
Ice is not going to like who's favored, I bet.
Well, that's a dead
way to give it
giveaway.
away.
I don't know what the spread is.
Listen, Adam.
I don't know what the spread is.
I know, but you just told him they were the underdog. He may have thought they were the favorite.
I didn't know that.
And now your response to him definitely tells me we're the favorite. So I'm going to say
he knows now.
Wait a minute. Don't blame this on me. You just said, I can't wait to get what Ice thinks about who's favored.
Yeah,
well, that was a dead giveaway.
Because I'm dead convinced that the Ravens are favored, and I think that the Ravens fan in him, the self-hating Ravens fan, is going to pick the Texans to be favored.
I think after yesterday, where you guys tied it up on the scoreboard, was it you and Adam King tied it up on the scoreboard for answering the question before you were supposed to?
You just get the
I think you get a
tiebreaker.
point in that.
Come on in. Yeah, the scoreboard's tied. Come on in. The water's fine.
No, that was me just forecasting.
No.
I knew the Ravens were going to be favored, and I knew without knowing.
Hey, you're
and
great.
I knew without knowing that Matty Ice would not have the confidence as everything he said about the Ravens this week that he wasn't going to pick them to be the favorite this week.
Matty, he's famous at going back to the tape. You can go back to the tape and get exactly what you said. It was something like, I can't wait to hear, what Matty thinks about who's favored in this.
In all honesty, my mind went to him knowing.
Of course
that
it did.
we were favorites. When
Of
you
course
said
it
that.
did. No, that you were the dog.
I'm sorry, the dog.
That was just me reading the world of football.
That's all right. We'll put a point up on the board for you. It's all good. We all
want to check tape?
We all do it.
I know what I said, but it was
I killed it in high
without
school. You
any
wanna check
information.
tape?
It was all confidence.
An NFL team on the road versus now a backup quarterback in a very banged up team. I'm going to say Houston's 3.5-point favorites on the road. My low on
By the
that?
way, I did rock in high school. You want to check tape?
Wait a minute.
Baltimore. Wait, what now?
You just picked Houston to be 3.5-point favorites? After all that, didn't he give away the answer that Baltimore was favored?
No, you gave it away that Baltimore was a home dog, and he picked up on it like I did.
Yeah.
No, my point was that Baltimore was going to be favored.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
You thought that we were going to be favored?
Yeah,
Favorites
I
at home?
thought-
Wait, when you said... No, because my whole point is you're the self-hating Ravens fan right now. So when I said you're going to hate who's favored, I thought that meant the Ravens were favored. That's what I was saying.
Okay.
Okay, so
All
we'll,
right,
we'll take your point off
thank
the
you. Half
board.
a point.
Okay, so my confidence was zero.
No, you have the
got
whole.
me
It's like
nothing.
Ryder Cup in here.
So
you
AR's
got a
got
half
one.
a point.
AR's got one.
He's
AK's
got one, and you
one.
got a half.
No, I don't think I have a point yet.
Yeah, he's in blown a tease.
Just for that. Exactly. Just for that. I've got points elsewhere. on
Wait,
the
I
board.
thought the Ravens were going to be favored.
Really?
I did.
That surprises me. Okay.
I thought that you would see the Ravens being favored and hate that and be like, "Whoa, what are they talking? Who do they think we are? What? I thought there was going to be a whole lot of that.
Is that what I sound like in your mind? What is the line AR officially on this thing?
Texans by 2.5.
Okay.
You're a home dog by 2.5.
That makes sense. That makes sense. But
Cooper Rush.
I think AR, we don't see Lamar until week 8.
After the bye.
After the bye. That's my guess, is to have him as healthy
Makes
as
sense.
possible.
If you lose to Houston, though, and his hammy is okay.
Are you about to
You
pull
really want to go 1-5?
Are you about to pull a Stephen A. Darius Garland on me? Remember what Stephen A. was like? You just
Get
got
out there.
to
No.
get out there. No matter what. Remember that?
What
Am
was
I the only
Darius?
one that's concerned about the Texans? Like, their only win is against the Titans, who,
Why would I have concern?
Just ask
I
Cam
never
Ward,
thought
their
they were
ass.
going to be great anyway. I had the Jags winning the division anyway.
No, I hear what you guys
I know, but
are
I'm saying, even despite all the Ravens injuries, and they got a million of them, I still don't think it's just like, oh, hey, the Texans are going on the road to Baltimore and a beat-up team. Like,
No, but
the Texans aren't very good.
Yeah, but you can make the case they've lost to 3 pretty decent teams by not a lot of points.
Who are the opponents they are? Remind me.
At the Rams,
Respect them.
home against Tampa by a point,
14-9 in that game.
Respect them.
and at Jayville.
Listen, Jacksonville
Well-
for me of the 3 is the most team.
Yeah. If the
But-
Texans won that game, I think the takeaway would be a little bit different about the Jaguars.
Yeah, but listen, you lose to the Rams and the Bucks. Those
If
are
Nico Collins doesn't fumble.
Those are playoff caliber teams, as we know. So yeah, look, the Texans, based off of where they were 2 years ago, they no doubt they haven't looked the part. But look, when you're dealing with just such a banged up crew. Is mass unit? That's what I was going to say. Would that have been appropriate there? I wanted to say mass unit, just didn't have the confidence. I don't know if that applies to what my Ravens have going. I think it would have worked.
Mass unit?
A MASH unit.
Mash unit.
Oh.
You know what that means?
No.
That's
MASH
like
unit?
old school, like Mobile Army Surgical Hospital, like a MASH unit.
That would have applied, right?
Like you ever heard of the show MASH?
The most watched television show ever.
Well, then how did you not know what MASH meant?
Because I heard a mass unit, and I didn't know what he meant by that.
Maybe I didn't put enough H on the
I mean, to be fair, if I heard mass unit, I wouldn't even know what you were talking about either.
So
really? I just thought it was like a phrase, like the people when they talked about how many injuries you have, and they call it a MASH unit.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what I was referring
now
to.
I know, because I get the military hospital, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I got that
Okay.
now.
So that's what I was...
My brain doesn't jump
like a
to...
mobile.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I don't... My brain doesn't just jump to 1970s TV shows. Sorry.
I've been giving you a lot of praise, though. You've been way up on the scoreboard about getting rando phrases from...
Let me tell you this.
You fed me a Night at the Museum, too, though. That is my generation.
You have passed me on the getting the
good.
references scoreboard in a handful of months, and I've been with AR for 10 years.
Oh, dude, trust me. There are a
hear
lot
how
that
he
go
said
over my
that,
head.
too?
Dude,
Been with them for 10 years.
No, the 10 years was the disappointment for me that I let you down. That's why I said it that way.
10 long years I've been, and I don't know anything.
Ice, this is... You and I are playing baseball in this regard, because I got like a 300 average, so I'm like failing 7 out of 10 times, and still I'm like Hall of Famer.
How many points do we take off your average for not knowing what a 7 and 7 is? Like the drink. I don't
think
is
we
that,
get knocked
is that
for
on me or is that on you guys?
Maybe I'm one of these low average, high slugging percentage guys, like a Kyle Schwarber, maybe.
It may not be a very popular drink anymore.
I really don't know.
It probably isn't. I don't know how many dudes are walking in saying, give me a 7 and 7.
Let me get a 7 on 7, bartender.
Yeah.
I want to do that. just to see somebody's reaction.
I'll do it.
I'm out.
It's a real MASH unit in here. Give me a 7 on 7.
Would they know what we're talking about if we asked for a 7 and 7?
Well, that is what it is.
So you're saying the
I've never heard
Seagram's
anybody
bottle
order that.
itself, on the Seagram's bottle, it says 7 and 7.
And then you add 7 up, which makes it a 7 and 7.
Is that just a drink that every bar has? I have no idea. I've never heard of it until
They
just now.
have 7 Up and Seagram's.
I don't know if 7 Up's out there in the streets
You don't have
like
to
that anymore.
stock it.
I think what is it? No, not even Starry. Sierra Mist. Sierra Mist went to
How about
Starry.
this?
I think that took
Take
7 Up
any
out of the
l-
game. I think
You could have 50-50.
lemon lime.
Yes. You could have a lemon lime Seagram's and 7.
I'm here for it.
It's the phrasing of the 7 comes from the 7
I'll
Up.
try one.
YouTube chatters,
Yeah.
have you heard of this?
Seagram?
Just 7 and 7.
Make it a poll tomorrow.
I have not until AR brought it up.
The drink, you'd have to type it as, you can't just say, you have to say, have you ever ordered or heard of the drink? 7 and 7.
7 and 7. Okay. Well, that's Austin Ward. Let's ask
What
him.
about the 6 and 7? What was that one? What's more
6,
popular
7.
right now?
Oh.
That.
Yeah.
Well, ask Austin Ward. I'm going to bet right now
that he's had one?
that he knows of it.
Okay. Yeah.
Did they have that in Wyoming?
Yes.
Okay.
7 Up and Seagram's, I think, exists in Wyoming. 2 minutes with Austin Ward, Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Get the MVP, more value price from Coughlin Chevrolet. Lease a new 2026 Chevy Trailblazer, only $198 a month. New 26 Chevy Equinox, $239 a month. Or a new 26 Silverado, just $399 a month. Visit CoughlinChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
36-month lease with $39.99 due at signing, plus tax, title, and license. 10,000 miles per year, 25 cents per mile over. See dealer for details. Ends 9/30/25.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle. Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score.
Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up, you get early payout on parlays too. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. An app only.
Hey friends, Beamer here. And a bye week, it's about getting your energy back, and that's exactly what Awaken 180 gave me. I don't drag through mornings anymore. I'm not dreading the stairs or a long day. I feel lighter, sharper, and actually in control. Yeah, I dropped a lot of weight, but what actually matters is how different my life feels now. If you're ready for your own reset, take this bye week to get you there with Awaken 180. Start today online at awaken180weightloss.com.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Let's do a little day tripping.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Plumbing. Call us today at 1-800-FURNACE for all your plumbing and drain service needs. Yes, 1-800-FURNACE works for plumbing, too.
All right, a little day tripping with our guy, Austin Ward. Back in it, my man. Good to have you. All right, first question. This is not about football.
Oh.
Have you ever ordered or heard of the drink a 7-7?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. Yeah, I figured you would. The bet knowing was the favorite. You were at least minus 150 to know what that is.
Have you had one, A-Dub?
Yeah, that was I would say so. You're younger. You don't really know the variety of cocktails available to you, and you hear it growing up. It's like, well, I don't know what a 7-7 is, but you should probably give me one of those. And then I heard, Turnpike Troubadours, one of the best Texas country acts out there. They just named a full song after it. So, just go get a little Seagrams and 7 and you try. I don't think I've had one in maybe 20 years, but I'm certainly familiar of them.
Okay.
And have had a few.
Yeah. I was telling Maddie, that was it. You nailed it. This was like the young college, sound cool, let me say it. Doesn't look like much. Yeah. It looks like just a carbonated, like watered down 7-Up. Like it doesn't look like much. But I just read like it had a lot of like high end mentions. Like I guess Travolta asked for a 7-7 in Saturday Night Fever. In Goodfellas, in the beginning when Jimmy was being served by Henry Hill, when Henry Hill was the teenager, he asked for a 7-7. You talked about the Turnpike Troubadours, who I don't know, but I guess that's in the first verse. And then I guess it was mentioned in Bridesmaids in that movie. And so that's interesting. But Maddie and Cole had not heard of it. And so Maddie's going to maybe order it and see what we're talking about.
Yeah, I'm going to have to tap into this thing, man, because, I had one of my teachers, during the break, former teachers during the break, A-Dub said, you're too young to know anything about 7-7s. He said, you were drinking 4 Locos. That was and he's right. Like that was my college drink.
I was going to say, it's disappointing for me and Anthony because it's a reminder that we're both getting pretty old and you two are from a generation below ours. But I guess that's our duty is to pass it on to the kids.
That's right.
They can at least try it once.
Drop some knowledge on us. I'm here for it.
These guys keep me young every day, man. I love it. And I try to throw in some old school stuff just to make myself feel better. And I don't know if I do. Do you feel any different about?
Did either one of them, Anthony, call it a 6-7? Because that I don't think I would have.
I think Cole did.
Okay.
Well, I think he knows that reference, and I didn't. But Maddie's right in the middle, so maybe, and Maddie did not know it either. So he's on my side with the 6-7 thing.
I've only even ever heard it because I have an 8-year-old, and I've asked her, like, what does this even mean? And I don't think she knows because it's not like she has TikTok. But, so I'm aware of the reference, but I still don't know what it means. So I'll have to have TLC enlighten me sometime soon.
All right, we know how you felt going into the Washington game. There were questions, young quarterback, first road game, atmosphere, and all that. Again, the offense, like not opened up early. The perfect recipe to keep an underdog around. You fumble a punt. You don't convert on a 4th and goal. Like it was eerie to me because it was playing out a little bit like the Bobcat game early. Like, okay, they're hanging around. And then it was still an 8-point game late, but they make so many big plays when they have to. But what was your big takeaway from Ohio State going out there and getting that win?
Yeah, I think that because in real time and you're feeling it, you're looking at the scoreboard and you say, gosh, it's 7-3. Washington felt like they had momentum for much of that first half. And you're like, how does Jeremiah only have 1 target at this point? And then you just look at it and it's like, well, 3 possessions. And 20 plays, and Washington threw some different defensive looks at Ohio State than they were anticipating. And none of this is said to make anyone feel better or rationalize a sluggish, slow start for Ohio State, but they're still choosing to play this game at a lower tempo, much like last year. And I think once you got to the end of it, you can sort of put it in a different perspective, which is that they wound up being very efficient over 4 quarters. It's just 357 total yards, and they were pretty well balanced. They scored on every drive in the second half. You'd like to see some of these drives, especially that first one in the game. Maybe we'd have a very different vibe and feel if you don't run your head into the wall on 4th and short on the opening drive. Certainly if you don't fumble that punt. I think to me, it's not even opening up the offense as much, because even as they marched down there the first time they got the football, I don't think that they've been as creative in the red zone. And that was a little bit of a carryover from Ohio as well, that you saw the last touchdown of the game, play action, flip it out to C.J. Donaldson in the flat. That's very different than putting in extra tight ends and telegraphing that you're just going to try and run it straight at an opponent. And I think there's got to be a happy medium here for Ohio State, where you have really good players and you think that you can just out-tough everybody. But if you have really good players, you can also use really good schemes and make it difficult for someone to defend you. So I would hope that that's sort of the takeaway for Ohio State. It feels like it was just in real time based on the way they polished that one off with a similar 4th and short situation in the 4th quarter. But I didn't come out of this game worried about the tempo, worried that they can't find solutions for the offense. Because even on that first drive of the 3rd quarter, Anthony, they came right out and it's like, well, here's 2 play action throws. There's Jeremiah Smith, a couple easy first downs, and this game is probably going to trend in the right direction. It's kind of a unique game in that the slow tempo combined with Washington having longer drives, and the Buckeyes barely touched the football.
Austin, one thing that I think I undersold personally, because I think I got caught up a little too much in how much they lost this offseason, especially on defense. But the one thing I forgot was the guys that we're going to be watching on defense this year are not young guys, right? When you look at the Sonny Styles and Caleb and Caden Curry and IGB, we're talking juniors and seniors. And maybe Austin, that's why we've seen this defense hit the ground running the way that they have, because while they're guys that maybe didn't play a ton over the last few years, they were guys that played, as you know, but now here they are really taking advantage of just being full-time starters. But I think I undersold that, Austin, is the experience that is there in the building that's ready to go.
Yeah, and that's been the hallmark of Ohio State recently. It is roster retention. And we definitely talked way more about that a year ago, because the guys that they brought back were all established starters. But the fact that JT and Jack and Tyleek and Ty Hamilton all stuck around for so long means that Caden Curry, Kenyatta Jackson, who had the patience, by the way, and Caden McDonald fits in that as well, Tywan Malone, who's starting again and I think played pretty solidly on Saturday at Washington. These guys had to wait their turn, and they weren't doing nothing. They were, just because you weren't a starter doesn't mean that you get to skip mat drills. So they've been working and learning and waiting for this opportunity. And for someone like Caden Curry and Kenyatta Jackson, that might mean that you're only going to get 1 year to do it and make the biggest impact and showcase yourself to the NFL scouts to the best of your ability. And they're not missing on that. I think Kenyatta Jackson, I told him after the game, and I talked to him briefly on the notebook, you can watch on the 97.1 The Fan YouTube channel, by the way, that was the best game of his career. And he just kind of smiled and said, yeah, that's what he's been waiting to do. It's not that he didn't believe that he could do it, or even that Larry Johnson didn't think he could do it. It's just, biding your time and waiting for that opportunity. And you can include Matty Arvell-Reese in that conversation. He played more than Kenyatta and Caden, but he had 43 tackles, I believe, a year ago. But he wasn't being asked to do all of the things on every snap that James Laurinaitis and Matt Patricia are asking him to do right now. But he's also got multiple years in the system. Same goes for Jermaine Matthews and on down the line. So even though they are, quote unquote, inexperienced in terms of starts, they are, to your point, overflowing with guys who've been in this program for multiple years and know what is being asked of them.
Good stuff, my man, as always. Go order yourself a 7-7. You deserve it.
I don't know if I can have that before the Buckeye show tonight, but maybe afterwards.
Yeah. No problem, bud. Have it whenever you want. Thanks, Austin Ward. He's the man. All right, we'll come back, do a little tell the truth, and give you an update on the guards. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Wake up with the Fan. Eat lunch with the Fan. Go to bed with the Fan. Dream about the Fan. Then change your sheets. Gross.
Ew, you guys are gross, but stick around in case I don't find anyone else.
The Fan.
Hey, Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions. And yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years, and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL, 614-962-7355, or selltohometeam.com.
At Giant Eagle, we're focused on quality, freshness, and all your favorites. Because meals bring us together. Because recipes keep traditions alive. Because the right ingredients make it or break it. Because being part of the neighborhood matters. Because what we pick up at the store is what we bring into our lives. At Giant Eagle, we're always going for better to bring you the best. Because it matters.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Fox Tonight is the place for uncovering mysteries and memories.
I had a car accident. I lost 8 years of my life.
First, it's an all-new murder in a small town.
Your success rate in solving major crimes is superb.
Surprises the heck out of me too sometimes. Then it's a new episode of the smash hit Doc.
You're having memories? They're just weird flashes. I need my life back. I will do whatever it takes.
Tonight, starting at 8 on Fox 28.
At the end of the day, the sun sets on Central Ohio, but stories are still unfolding. Every voice, every neighborhood, every question that still needs answers. Fox 28 News at 10 is there in the quiet moments and at the turning points, digging deeper, finding solutions, lifting up the communities that shape who we are. At the end of the day, you deserve a team that's on your side. Fox 28 News at 10, always on your side.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part? They accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Hello, big voice guy here. I've been hired to tell you all about the Fan's YouTube channel. Did you know you can immerse yourself in Buckeye goodness like Austin and Burb's daily podcast, The Beat? Yes, sirree, Bob. Subscribe today.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Airflow Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Buy 2 windows, get 2 for free. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com now.
All right, TLC, take us home.
All right, let's
give us a Guardians update first.
Yeah, so top 7. Guardians give up a leadoff double, which isn't good. Oh my gosh. Now the right side of their infield's having some trouble. So now we got first and third Detroit, top 7, no outs.
Right after a mound visit, so Gavin Williams may be coming out of the game, but this is a very spooky window of time for the Guardians in game number 1, because if another run crosses home plate with Skubal still out there,
I'd like to know what his pitch count is.
That's tough.
Is Skubal coming back out for the 7th?
He's only at 82 right now. I think in the playoffs you give him another inning here.
Did he drop the ball at first?
I don't know if
or is his foot not on the bag?
I think the umpire thinks his foot was off the bag.
His foot must have been off the bag because Noel's at first.
Yeah. His foot is off the bag.
Well, isn't his heel touching?
I can't tell, but they are reviewing that right now.
So here's
it looks like his heel is touching the right side of the bag.
We're on the radio. We got to explain. Okay, so
I thought I was trying to give him a visual.
Hard hit ball to Big Christmas.
No.
It was to second base.
Didn't it bounce off of Big Christmas over to Rocchio, and then he was struggling to recover?
Either way, just start with Rocchio getting the ball to Big Christmas.
Yes, and John Kenzie was having some trouble finding first base.
The runner was going to go to third anyway.
For sure.
Because you want to get that out there, but...
Yeah. And now Gavin Williams is coming out of the game.
Yeah. Noel did kind of the splits at first, which was weird. All he had to do was put his foot on the bag. Maybe he felt he had to get over there so fast, and then he did the splits.
I think he lost where he was a little bit, AR.
I mean, at best, for the Guardians, the Tigers still have a runner at third with 1 out. At best.
You have to bring the infield in right here. Everybody's got to come in. That second run cannot cross home plate right now. So I'd be surprised if the infield isn't in when they come back from break.
Yeah, but the other thing you could do is...
play depth of the middle?
You could play this...
that run at all costs.
Yeah.
That's what I would
You're not going to... I don't know what the lineup is here. You're not going to walk him. I think you got to be careful of the big inning. 2-1, you're still in it. I think you got to be careful right now. Because I was thinking, hey, load the bases, get the force at home. You could keep this a tie game if you played it very aggressively. Who was that beat out the run at first?
Perez.
It's the bottom of the order. Mm-hmm. You could do this. Could walk him.
Yeah.
Get that force at home.
That feels real dicey to me.
All right.
That feels real dicey to me.
I don't know about loading the bases with no outs.
That's what I'm saying, that you probably don't want a massive inning to end the game. You can live with 2-1. Still have 2.
That's what I'm saying. I'd just bring the infield in and cut it off completely.
Dude's probably swinging for the outfield anyway, trying to get a sac fly.
For sure.
Well, on this topic, is it sacrilege? Sacrilege.
Big word alert.
Is it sacrilege that we have MLB postseason baseball being played in September right now when it should be in October? Should they have waited till tomorrow to keep tradition?
Hang on real fast. I just saw the video. I've never seen a guy not be able to...
His foot slip
He had
off
his
the
foot
bag?
on the bag. Then he took his foot off the bag. I don't know if it was to field the throw, but his heel was not touching, so they made the right call.
Hunter Gaddis is now in for your Guardians. No, I have no issue with it. This is one of my sneaky favorite sports days of the year because I'm just here for any type of games that hold a bunch of weight all day long. Yeah. So March Madness, Christmas Day, NBA games, MLB Game 1 in the wild card, Day 1 in the wild card round. I'm here for it. So no, I'm not mad that they didn't start until tomorrow. I love this.
Dylan Dingler is up. Dirk Diggler. And they did not walk him.
And the infield is not in. Doesn't look
so
like
you know what? They're
Dylan
playing
Dingler.
to get out of this.
It's a huge moment,
They're
right?
playing to get out of this inning with just 1 run. They're not.
Yeah, they're conceding the run.
Yeah, they're conceding. Well,
which is not a good idea to me.
You don't think they're in a little bit at short and third?
No, you got to be on the grass. I need people on the grass cutting this run.
Yeah, but I think they know the runner at third. I think that if a ball's hit to them sharply, they can still get him at home. Well, at that depth.
Nah, I don't think so. That ball would have to be smoked. Either way, Hunter Gaddis just struck out the first hitter. Now double plays in order. You can get out of this thing. Okay.
Dingler struck out. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Top 7.
There is a non-zero chance that I played against Dylan Dingler in high school.
That's a massive gong. That doesn't even make sense. By the way,
I don't know if it's a gone because I don't know how many people know who
he's a Major League Baseball player.
It wasn't like, hey, I played against Stephen Kwan.
Oh yeah, we played against.
Oh no,
the run scored on a dribble.
That's on a dribbler.
I say you bring the infield in.
I don't even know if they would have gotten that. Where was that ball? That was like a bunt. It was like a swinging bunt.
You're getting them out if the infield's in.
I have confirmed it.
Did you?
I played high school baseball against Dylan Dingler.
What are the chances that I would mention that name?
I do not remember that whatsoever.
He's a Massillon kid, right?
Yeah. So I went to Massillon Jackson. I remember playing them at Kent State. So that was cool.
This is incredible.
I don't remember him individually whatsoever.
Okay.
Also,
that's a pretty good reference. I'm going to give that one to you.
Thank you.
This guy's playing playoff baseball, and he played against him in high school?
I don't remember him.
Paint the picture real quick. The Tigers... Jeez, what is going on? The Tigers hit the Guardians with a taste of their own medicine to get their second run. So runner was on third. AJ Hinch sees the defense is back. We're just going to bunt. They bunted down the first base line and got another run.
Also, when I was in high school, we played against a kid from Olentangy Orange who went to Vanderbilt. I don't remember him either.
The Fighting J-Loos?
Yeah. But,
sounds like...
I think he was like coming off Tommy John or something and wasn't pitching the year that I played him in high school, but he went to Vandy to be a pitcher, so that's why I didn't remember
You're a
him.
dude if you're going to Vandy.
I know.
It's a baseball.
Which is why I'm like, why didn't I know who this guy was?
I think we buried the lead.
What's that?
This guy doesn't remember anything from high school.
Where the weed at?
He really doesn't remember much.
Hey, man.
All right. And we'll end it here. I got a few drops to deliver.
Okay.
We have a new delivery for you. Rothman.
Hang on. Before you do this.
Okay.
I had a dream the other night, and I told this to Maddie. That we started the show one day, and all you were doing was playing clip after clip, making us look like idiots.
That may have been real.
I was going to say, what's the difference?
Or that may have been foreshadowing at some point.
This is not a joke.
We got I got 3 and a bonus one. The 3 of them tied together.
Brandon? It's Brundon. Excuse me? Brundon. Barundin. Look up most popular baby names in 1984. Brundon. Did they run out of jokes at the interesting joke store that you shop at?
And I'm only saying this
That's
once.
awesome.
I'm only saying this once. I'm not saying this every single time we play it. I just got to say it once. This is edited, obviously.
I'm with you, bud.
Wait, spin that again?
I don't get that.
See if you can detect it.
Spin it again?
I'm with you, bud.
I'm with you, bud? Bo? I'm with you.
Oh, it's...
I'm with you, bud.
Is that Ryan Baker saying, I'm with you, Bo?
Yeah. Very edited.
Shout out to Bishop and
To make it slower.
Before we go.
Awesome.
He did not say
our
that
guys.
slowly in real time.
But before we go.
Shout out BFS.
If you missed anything from our show, don't worry. You can always catch up wherever you get your podcast. All you got to do is type in Rothman and Ice. Everything we do from noon to 3 will be waiting there for you. Subscribe to the podcast as well. Bet365 is the sponsor of the Rothman and Ice podcast. Coming up, Common Man and Timmy. No Common Man, AK, in with Timmy Hall. So don't move.
Oh, the microphone competition. It's going to be a big one. We're going to heat it up.
What a way to tease that.
We'll talk to you tomorrow. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
We test marketed naming the show A Guy and His Butlers.
Oh, that is very touching.
But we thought Bishop and Friends had a better ring to it.